back to roll for damage. Once again, we're here with the scales above, our Rise of Tiamat homebrew adventure. In the Rise of Tiamat campaign, for those that have played or are looking to play, there's usually a council that you go to that kind of solves all the problems, or at least gives you missions. Due to various things that are happening, the Council of Nations that they go to is actually more split up in this world, with different groups allying together. So, this week, our little party of adventurers is heading off to one of those hubs to meet up with people that they might have caused problem with in the past.
Don't know what you're talking about.
I'm going to let everyone here say hello, who they are, where they're from, what they're playing, and then I'm going to get Shannon to do hers last and the recap. So, you said you took notes, so now you get that. So, we're going to start with Sarah. Who are you?
Hi everyone, I'm Sarah or Shro, whichever one you want to call me. I'm here to play Tig, your lovable, very laughably helpful barbarian who just wants to be as helpful as possible and make sure that the natural order of things goes the way that it should, however that means necessary. I'm here to have a nice time and love my friends. That's me. I'm going to chuck it over to the next person.
Which will be Shelby.
Hi, my name is Shelby, or Whistle While You Work on YouTube, or Shibidibidoo on Twitter, or Shiddles in chat, because I'm confusing and have a lot of names, and I'm just not going to change it at this point. It's my brand. And I'll be playing Nia, who for once didn't cause any problems in where we're going to, because she was unconscious when we left. So, we're not going to talk about the council meeting, all right? That didn't happen. I was just a scared little girl.
Never did unsanctioned magic anywhere. All right.
I cast a message spell. Fight me.
That's the message she's sending you right now. How you doing, Sean? Who are you? What are you doing?
Hello, everybody. My name is Sean, real human person from Paradise Productions, where I am the creative director. And I play Oryx Solaris, who did do a lot of magic in that place also to keep us alive. And, we didn't do that much. We didn't really fuck things up too much. We really just ran away, truthfully. Leaf did more. Leaf was straight up spying, espionage. And we may have, done some killing. Really, Sloan did some killing here. So, and then we had to run. I'm excited to see how they treat us when we come back. And we're even more powerful and magical and literally just teleporting straight into their city.
Right.
And that's me.
Okay. Last but not least, we have Shannon.
The community manager of Paradise Productions. Said it before any of y'all fuckers could beat me to it.
It's the only way we can make sure you say it.
Yes, hello everybody. I am Shannon Roby. I am the community manager for Paradise Productions, also cast member on our weekly actual play D&D live stream on Monday nights, formerly known as the Brooding Redhead Scarlet, now known as the Trash Panda Saskia. And it's so much fun. We just started. We're going on to episode 6 on Monday. We'd love to have you. We've got all our VODs up on YouTube and some recaps in our Discord. So come check us out. I will be playing Sloan tonight, who is our other party barbarian. And right now her goal in life is to keep the war god inside of her calm, which is what a sentence, as well as to keep Oric happy because he's her best friend and she just wants him to be happy. Also, she wants to keep learning how to read. She's made some great strides, but she's still got a little ways to go. She's nailed down rhyming though. Okay, so I guess that would bring us to our recap, which I do
Mhm.
have notes for.
Yay!
Um,
Everyone clap for
I
Shannon. She's
know.
done so
Yes,
good.
please clap. Please clap. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Surprised
I-
you remember to
Thank
take
you.
notes with the mama brain.
Sean like
I
half
did.
reminded me
I don't
of Shia LaBeouf, just like
Yeah.
so.
The Orson Welles gif.
All right. So we started last session with Nia and Aaron having a reunion moment. And it was Trey awkward, but also kind of endearing as they get to, kind of reacquainted after, Aaron was wearing a suit of armor that made him obey Kinora's every wish. And yeah, so that was they had a moment. They had several moments throughout the episode, but that was the first one. After that, Tig and Sloane reunite. Tig gives Sloane a very charming recap of what happened, including spoilers, black your ears if you're not caught up, including that Leaf is dead, which Sloane took rather hard because Leaf was Rudy Tooty Cowboy Shooty, and we love Leaf. After that, Sloane and Auric reunite. The note I have here is that Auric is tired and full of thoughts, which I think describes him pretty well. I actually think that also describes Sean pretty well.
Accurate. That's how I feel right now.
Yeah. Honestly, that's how I feel right now too. So then we cut back to Nia and Aaron. They're still chatting, and this is how we learn that there's a little girl in the teleportation circle, and that's why we can't get resources from Duskfall. This happens to be Flesh, who is a member of the Bastard Five, and she is no bueno. Nia tells Aaron that the Bastard Five tried to recruit her when she got separated from the group, and there was just a lot of info dumping that happened there, and Aaron just kind of sat there and was just like, okay, so you want to go out again, I guess. I don't know. There was just a lot happening in that moment.
Are we still boyfriend girlfriend?
Yeah,
are we still
pretty much.
are we still do we still have those labels? So then we spend the night at Bob's bar, Bob's tavern. It's awkward all around, just people coming back together, and Tig makes terrible drinks, but she's doing her very, very best. And then the next day we have a spa day with Stefan, not our Stefan, who was a wizard youngling that Auric took under his wing way back when, and is now engaged to Cato Marius. And several of us balked at that last name when we heard it. But we are there as their guests. This is a very nice place. They have very nice remedies. They have a variety of potions and tinctures that help with our various issues: calm emotions, modify memory, slow. Nia gets a sensory deprivation chamber for a week of peace. I believe, Auric got that. No, not Auric. Somebody else got that too.
I did.
Did you get that too? Okay, yeah, you got that too. You also had some guilt alleviation, where you transcribe forgotten memories. Let's see. Sloane got some anger management, and she's exploring her relationship with fighting, just like the emotions and things that come up with that and how it makes her feel. We have some grief alleviation for Tig. What else? So that happened. And then we go back and we have a very nice dinner on Yako's boat, courtesy of House Marius. He tells us about a portable hole. That is literally a note that I have. I don't remember why it was important.
Dakarys has a portable hole that we may want to try to convince. Dakarys has one.
Dakarys has the portable hole.
Who's that?
You wouldn't know, Shannon. This is a lead we got while you were away.
Okay, great.
It's also a
Okay,
lead
good.
you got in like episode 3 of season 1. So
It was like 3 years ago.
I know.
You know what? Things happened. We had to leave very fast from a place. Which is often is
Why?
why we don't follow up with our leads.
It's like,
That's
oh,
true.
this is all great information, but we've set fire to your city, so we're leaving. That's how this group rolls.
Let's see. Cato asks Auric if he can stop the end of the world. I don't remember what you replied or if you answered. I just have the question written down.
A tentative
Okay.
end.
I think basically Auric's response was maybe.
I mean, technically,
That
we have
sounds
a
right.
way to save parts of our world. Maybe not this one.
One of you. Okay.
Basically, I said there's a place and there's a reality somewhere where we won.
That tracks. That tracks. Aaron then asked, can some people not be redeemed? To which Nia replied, rabid dogs need to be put down. And again, I just wrote the quote. I don't know what that's in reference to.
Flesh. That was in
think-
reference to flesh.
I think the
Okay.
most important part was his response to that, which was, and I guess you're the one that gets to decide who that is, which made Nia sad.
Yeah.
He left the
It would make me
table, all
sad
right?
too,
That wasn't
honestly.
what made her sad was him getting up and leaving, not what he said. Calm
I think
down.
that was the
And
exclamation
then-
point to the sentence, all right? But continue.
Then when he got up and left, Auric said to Nia he might need time and space. Because I'm a time and space wizard, so that's what he might need. It's a
Goddamn
lot he said it's a lot to have one's soul thrust back and the memories all come flooding back. But you should both know that there are paths of redemption if you take it, if you choose to accept it. And then Auric goes to the library to check out some books, and that's the last note I have.
That's right. Books. There's books.
Yeah,
and
where's my
stuff.
books?
That needed
Where's
a
my
bitch
books,
at the
GM?
end of it. Where's
I
my
have
books,
I actually
bitch?
have notes on that, but I have to go get them. So what I'll do is
After
in the
the break.
halftime in
Same.
the halftime break, I will open them up and be like, "Oh yes, this is all the stuff that you have now." So yeah, because for the life of me, I cannot remember what those books were right now. I have a foggy brain. We should make this interesting. Okay, I think you ended the session with Auric making a teleportation circle on the
Yes,
ground, or at least casting the spell teleportation. Because
I imagine Auric would have started it and not finished it, and then had Yako and Tamel bring whatever they wanted me to transport over. and
you
then
might have to
anyone
make
who's coming
like
with.
3 or 4 trips if you want to do it. I don't know how many times you can cast a spell though.
Let me double check, but I think I should be good to do it 3 or 4 times. let's
Teleportation
see.
circle's a 5th level spell, I think.
Standard
No, this would be
teleportation.
this would be teleport, not teleportation.
Oh, just teleport.
circle.
Oh,
because the
okay.
teleportation circle is
Locked.
I kind of said drawing a circle, so I immediately went to teleportation circle.
You're doing it
Um,
ritually, not drawing the circle. But yes, continue.
Yeah, but I like to still say I draw the circle, even though it's only a verbal component. I can do it 3 times.
Okay, so you go there, back there. So 2 trips. Okay. Can you upcast it at all?
It's a 7th level spell
Oh, why do I think it was 6th?
because you're thinking of teleportation circle.
Isn't teleportation circle 5th though?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
a-
but you can ritual cast it, so you can do it as much as you want, as long as you have to
Okay.
chalk for it.
Okay,
It's very
okay.
expensive.
So
It is.
we will
Went to campaign building a circle. It's expensive.
start today's session with this quiet gathering as you all sort of get up and make your way to Auric's ritual, where Tamel, Aaron, Yako, and Bob are bringing different materials to be transported to Duskfall, which is where you're heading. 4 times?
I could do it 4 times.
Yeah, so you
because
could-
I
you could
can
get back,
I can
but you
arcane
can't.
recovery.
So you could get back, but then you couldn't get there again.
Yeah, so it's still the same.
Problematic.
Just means I get to save my 9th level spell slot.
Just means Auric needs some baptismal. That's all.
I kind of wish I hadn't told you, so you teleported back and then was like, damn it. I'm stuck.
Oric would have the sense to be like, well, if I teleport back, I can teleport home or whatever. But yes, I could do it. Yes.
Okay, so you'll gather. There are a bunch of raw minerals, weighing quite a bit. I don't know how much weight you can teleport with you, or if you have a way to carry that or transport that.
Teleport have a weight limit?
I don't know. He's going to tell me in a second.
What I'm looking for.
There's also just gold and jewels as a, please can we have more stuff? Because it's a trade.
The objects just have to not be bigger than a 10-foot cube.
Yeah.
A 10-foot cube of like gold would be a lot of gold, so it should be fine. I'm assuming that 10-foot cube has to also have all of you people in it.
Technically, now that I'm reading the spell, I can only teleport one. I can't teleport people and objects at the same time. I can only do one or the other, and the object is just whatever can fit in the 10-foot cube. So I can technically only send the stuff. So actually, technically I can do 3 sendings of stuff, and then arcane recovery for us to then go over.
That would work.
Then we
I
just
can
stay
actually
over.
use all 4.
Then we just stay overnight in Duskfall for you to recover, and
Exactly.
then we can teleport again.
Yep, cool.
Exactly.
All right, so you have a
Provided
plan.
we aren't arrested immediately.
I'll say that as you're all walking in, Oric is kind of like mumbling this. You might catch it, you might not, as he's just like drawing things and moving stuff and making sure it's all in a 10-foot cube. You have Tamel and Aaron.
I yell at someone. I yell at Tamel, and I'm like, "Dad," and I'm like pointing at just like a little like piece of like crate that's sticking an inch off of the 10-foot cube.
Yeah, Aaron's like dragged a chest of gold and it's like scuffed up a bit of his circle, and you're like, oh, I'll have to start getting all very, grumpy professor on him.
Please don't yell at my friend.
And it's all getting set up quite nicely. Where did you spend most of your time in Duskfall? Where's a place you can think of and well that you could teleport to?
Truthfully, the place we spent the most time in 2 places. In that damn kitchen where we were fake cooking, and then truthfully by the docks near the fighting arena.
What about the inn we stayed in where we met? What the hell was his name?
I don't remember.
Hargan? No, it wasn't Hargan.
No, it was Harding.
Harding. We stayed at an inn with him, didn't we?
I also don't know if it's a great idea to have 10-foot cube of materials just pop up in the middle of an inn.
That's also valid. Maybe appearing on the docks will be smarter. I'm just saying that
we can do like a nice quick little like 3 10-foot cube sections of stuff, and then we come right after.
30 by 10 by 10 of just materials appear. It's a great way to set up defenses if you've got enough high power wizards. Just be like, we're going to build a wall.
Yeah. Just teleport the wall, basically. 10-foot cube of a wall.
I feel like you could do that with just a wall of stone. Way easier.
I feel like those things are getting stolen, but okay.
You could do it with a wall of stone, but I feel like
Wasted
properly
spell slots.
reinforced like wall is different to just like some shaped earth. But maybe I'm wrong.
The other thing too is teleport is an immediate spell. So this is all taking place over 18 seconds that these are all showing up, and then we can show up another 6 seconds later. So it's if anyone's stealing stuff, we're gonna catch them.
Every slayer in the vicinity is going to be on us. That's what I'm hearing.
Desperately needed supplies by Duskfall. I assumed.
I hope.
Technically. Alright, sorry, just having a look at the chat just to make sure I haven't missed anything. But so you're all set and ready to go, I believe. Aaron's gonna step into the circle with you, into the area to be teleported once you guys are ready. Yako and Tamel. Tamel's like, we're going to and then he kind of like goes and grabs a few things and puts them there, and he just like keeps kind of doing what you were doing, or he like mumbles to himself, half says a sentence, shuffles around, and Tamel just shakes. we're gonna stay here a while and just make sure everything's good. Good luck. And he's looking specifically at you, Nia. And then his eyes dart to Aaron, then back to you.
He just gives him like a slight nod of like thanks. But before the teleportation circle goes off, she will leave the circle and give him a hug goodbye.
Okay. So, Auric. Cast 1 teleport. A bunch of raw materials. I don't know how much like iron and whatever could go for weapons in a 10-foot cube, but I'm assuming a lot.
That's a lot of iron, yeah.
Yeah.
What is the
kilogram of steel?
Well,
Kilogram of feathers. Let's see.
1 cubic foot of iron weighs a lot.
How
1
many-
cubic feet.
How much?
1 cubic so 1 cubic centimeter of iron is
Okay, I'm not doing that
7.6
math.
grams, so you can
A
play
lot.
with that math.
Yeah. Cool. So
Like 5,000 pounds.
yeah, it's a
Yeah.
lot. That's a lot.
Something like
That's a lot.
700 grams for a
And I'll say this has been treated by Tamel to be easier to enchant or runically inscribe. So it's the good shit. Next, you have effectively they couldn't figure out a way to do this best, so it's just 4 cabinets filled with gems. They're like chests only come so high, but cabinets stand about the right height. So 4 cabinets filled with gems. And then the next one is it's 3 chests filled with gold and platinum pieces.
Oh, wow.
Probably the equivalent of 150,000 gold pieces. Just so it's a lot of money. They really need this weapons grade plutonium sent through the Abyssium sent across so that they can make things with it to defend themselves. As you're casting that, you can hear people sort of like making a fuss outside, and voices start being raised. If you're going to go, it kind of has to be now, since you've just sent through a whole lot of money into a port
Let's go.
which
Let's
traditionally don't have all the nicest people staying around. So
We go.
Let's
You going?
go.
We go.
Let's fucking go.
Oh, by the way, Icky, Tig just had idea. So where we going? No, like magic, and you just magicked a whole bunch of stuff
Too late
there.
for that.
Yeah, no, we're gonna have every Slayer on us, all right? We just gotta go.
Tig just say, "Great idea." Now they notice us.
as
They're gonna
she's,
notice us
she's
anyway.
like this, and she appears next to one of the cabinets which is standing, and there's just a pool of liquid crimson coming out underneath it. Like, ta-da! And everyone is standing well back right now.
I don't know why I'm surprised. This happens every time we do anything.
Who does belong to?
After about... There's a bit of silence. There's like, who's this belong
I'm
to?
on guard.
After about 10 seconds, you hear a bell being rung somewhere not too far away.
And can I make an offer to do some of the talking, since I think I'm the only person who has any people skills here?
Well, we already fuck up, but it's okay. Go try.
I am the only person with decent charisma skills.
What do you mean? Tig has +0.
I would like to try a charisma check. I'm gonna try and charm these people with my adorable
sorcerer
stupidness.
warlock. I would like to flex my abilities as
That's
the
fine.
perception,
So,
as the persuasion deception person. Thank you.
Okay.
As that bell's being rung, another bell starts ringing, and another bell starts ringing, and it starts creating almost like a music to it. And large runic symbols start appearing in the air around the city.
I don't think these are good bells.
No, these are not. Remember when we came here before and we were told we needed to dampen our magic?
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm ready to protect. So I'm like,
did we have any kind of associated object with Duskfall?
Let me
Anything
think. You guys most likely nuclear explosion. Thank you. You guys mostly have. The only thing I could think of is the table where you met Harding. I can just imagine like Leaf or Nia or someone just like just whittling into the table.
That was definitely a Leaf thing. I could see Leaf doing that at some point.
So the only thing associated roughly with you is a table that there might be people at right now.
No. I meant, do we possess anything from the dockyard of Duskfall? Otherwise, I need to roll for all these teleports. Unless we're teleporting to a circle, or we own an associated object, I am only very familiar with this dockyard. Which means there's still a 25% chance these things do not get there and are at some other random dock or in the middle of the ocean.
Roll it.
Yeah, good point.
Are you telling me Yako
teacher,
wouldn't have
what
had...
about the homework?
Hey, he did this onto himself.
I guess if Yako has something,
yeah,
he can give it to us. But...
I was happy enough to say that you kind of did it. It's just that they're kind of all within about 30 feet of each other outside the fighting pits between the docks and the ships. So it's kind of like they're not exactly like in one small space. They're a bit spread out, which makes defending them a bit harder. But with the jelly on the floor, it's a bit easier to have people be like, I don't want to go stand near those things.
We're good.
Okay. So yes, as you guys are all like sort of like back off, like trying to get around these things, a shield wall or shield square, more accurately, of dwarven warriors start pushing their way onto the docks, and in the center is 2 dwarven and 1 human slayer.
Can Nia step forward?
Sure.
As like not towards them, but just as the to speak to them basically.
Okay, I'll say
I'm gonna sit down.
I'll say each party member, except for Nia, is by one of these teleported objects, and then Nia sort of steps towards the dwarves. The captain steps out the middle, and a second-rank person steps forward, completing the shield wall. And he just looks at you, saying nothing yet. His eyes just run over what's happening.
We're delivering supplies from the iridescent dancer from Echelon. We heard the teleportation circle was compromised, so we had to improvise.
And you couldn't have brought a boat?
Boat wouldn't have gotten here fast enough.
It's been fast enough for thousands of years. Why now has it changed?
I'm not questioning what my employer asked us to do. We just did it.
Make a persuasion check.
Ooh, how's a lovely 27 for you? Finally, doing my good skills.
He sort of sits there and yells something in Dwarvish over his shoulder, and the 3 ranks, making a tight square, all sort of very smoothly step within each other, making 1 rank square, much larger. And they're like, get your friends, get in the middle, we'll handle this. And they start going out and picking up dragging in all the stuff to the center of the square, and they're going to move out somewhere. You're not quite sure yet. He took what you said into consideration. You saw him weighing up what you said and kind of being like, all right. I feel like police and military often have had to do things they didn't want to do, so if anyone understands, it's this guy.
If that's the vibe I get, that he took what I said into consideration.
You can make an insight check
doing
if you
his
want
job.
to be more
Well, that's going to be terrible, but I'd like to... yeah, no, I don't think a 5's going to help me.
He's out to get your run. No, you're just not sure what he's thinking, but it's up to you if you want to make this more than what it is right now.
Not particularly, no. I know how fucking scary this place is. I was here, like, technically 2 years ago and they traumatized me. So, Nia will just go and collect the party.
Okay.
And just say, we should do what they say, because last time we didn't. We had to leave here on a boat during a blood moon. We can talk our way out of this. Just try not to get into any more trouble.
As you're walking along here, you can see that a lot of people now have collars or runic tattoos on their forehead. This place has been locked down tight against magic.
Just gonna thank my lucky stars I'm not one of those people currently. And just go along with it.
Okay. You can see that they are heading towards a jailhouse, a place you are familiar with in this town.
Is this the one that they took me to the first time?
It is.
God damn it. All right, well, Nia spent like, what, 4 months in the Umberheart jail? It's just fine.
They move up the front doors. The front shield wall sort of like gets the doors. Those people fall back and start moving items inside. And they're having you wait here. Which one of you take responsibility for this?
Technically, I think that individual would be Yako of the Iridescent Dancer.
Are you not his employee here, delivering it? Which one of you is leader of this particular expedition?
Nia's gonna step forward because I'm not letting Oric get us fucking killed over this.
Okay. And he goes inside, comes out with a scroll and a form. The scroll has a little runic symbol on the top, and there is
It's a Gesh spell, damn it.
there's a sort of a bracelet with a clasp that has the same symbol on it.
Is this going to be permanent, or will I be allowed to take it off when I leave?
You can take it off
The
when
city.
you leave, but it's to make sure that you follow the rules as written down on this form here. And the form just effectively says that you're responsible for this. Everything that you say about these items is true, and when you're questioned by anyone within the government about your reason for being here along with these items, you will answer truthfully.
Under penalty of perjury, probably.
Under penalty of, it's effectively, it has a few different magics that it can channel into the bracelet to try to subdue you. Sleep is the primary one.
Nia will ask to read it, and after she's read the form, she will just extend her wrist out completely cooperatively. She's not trying to get a bunch of slayers to kill us.
All right. The bot, like, it's like sleep, suggestion, hold person. The bottom one is petrification. So like if they can't seem to stop you, they will just turn you to a statue and leave you there. So do as they say.
I don't really intend to lie, so that's fine.
Cool.
Did they explain all of that too?
Yeah. Like it's in very clear writing. It's so that people can understand it. It's not written as. These need to be fairly simple documents for people coming and going from the town.
Would I have ever seen a document like this when I was still working on boats or ports? Did we ever go to places that were really finicky about magic?
Not really. You spent most of your time quite far down south. This is fairly new for this place. so
Yep.
probably not.
Just gonna rely on my former past as a diplomat and just bolt it on. Go on.
Yep. It's actually not a bad thing. It just looks like a piece of jewelry that they clasp on. You know what? Have you seen the allergy bracelets, which have the little face on them? That face is just a runic symbol. That's all.
No,
that's
but
nice.
I will do a Google search to know what you're talking about.
Yeah, cool. So, anyways,
Oh, okay, gotcha.
yeah. We need to assign you a meeting time to talk to the courts and potentially the council. Do you have a place to stay?
Not lined up currently, no. Like I said, we were just trying to deliver these here, and we were looking for someone in the city.
Did you bring any coin that's not also in those chests?
I have
Yes.
coin.
Yes, we have coin.
Down the street, on the left, is a small tavern. Has 4 rooms. We are associated with them, and that is where you need to stay. It's about 2 gold pieces a night per person.
Okay.
My accent is going everywhere.
Okay. Mia will
As you
just
wish.
nod.
Okay. And they just open the square up for you to leave.
Yeah. She will ask, I'm assuming we are not to leave this tavern, but we will be allowed to speak amongst ourselves. Or do we have to confine ourselves to each into a room?
Oh, the former. You can.
Okay.
You cannot leave, but. And the human slayer just kind of like follows you down the street to make sure you go in there.
That's fine.
Uh.
Just trying to cooperate. Don't shoot us.
And you can kind of hear him behind you, like sniffing the air for magic. He's almost like bloodhound, sort of.
Pig's
Orc-
gonna let out a little
Oric
nervous
is
toot.
biting his tongue right now.
Jesus. You know what? He
Nia-
seems
Nia
to.
just gives-
Smells like flowers.
God damn it, sir.
Febreze.
Yeah, Nia, you definitely could see Oric being like really trying to
Uh,
hold his composure and not be
Nia
snappy.
just
You know what?
Nia
He
gives
doesn't
you a
seem to
look
notice
that's like you're
Auric
doing
so
great.
much, but every time he's like, I guess, closer to Nia, he's like shakes his head and like starts like almost frothing at the mouth. He's something about Nia is
Is it the dragon or the hellfire? Who knows?
yeah unclean.
So many
Um,
things.
So yes, he'll escort you there and wait for you to get your rooms. As the door opens, the God, brain go not
Barkeep? Tavern?
Vestibule.
sure, whatever. There's the guy there. Shut up. Fucking
Wench.
Bouncer.
Google,
The,
Google
the
Bouncer.
Chrome.
tavern owner?
Yeah, 1 second. Sorry, we're going to be getting
Innkeeper?
lots of beeps if I don't fix this up.
Okay.
Where is? I love when my volume mixer just does not care about letting me mute things. Excellent, thank you. So, yeah, we're just going to go with innkeeper because my brain can't think of the word that you when you go-
Concierge.
thanks. When you go into a hotel and there's people at the counter and you're like, "Hey, I want a room."
Concierge.
Yeah, thank you. Sort of sees the
I should
Slayer
have fucking known that.
and I know. Sees the Slayer and it's just like, oh right. Turns around, gets a room key, puts it on the table, gets a form for you to sign, and then just sort of like keeps just glancing nervously at the Slayer.
Assuming that
just starts
we
tapping
all
the-
just
Tapping the form like you just
Yep. I'm assuming that's we just Nia will just give the coin for all of us for the night and read over the form before signing because I don't read things without I don't sign
Are there
things without reading what they are.
Is there a form for each of us, or is it one?
No, it's just
form?
one, and it's literally just a, you know, you sign your name, the room. If you destroy it, you know, you'll be thrown in jail. Very, very
You
basic
have to
thing.
put a credit card down.
Pretty much since the dwarves have come in, it's been very structured.
We are responsible for any damages to your property and will be held liable as such. I sign my name.
Yeah, there's a part at the bottom saying if you are here under guard and you leave the rooms, all property that you have on you when entering the city will be confiscated for the council chambers. So,
man, if only Bob had a policy like this when we burned his tavern down.
Oh my lord!
So
the more I hear about you guys,
Anyway, it was the
We aren't
government
good
that burned it
people.
down.
I'm sorry.
So, with that, you're kind of signed, go upstairs, and you're left to your own devices for a little bit.
Just a quick question. Did that form say we aren't allowed to leave our rooms upstairs, or we're not allowed to leave the property?
Like, leave the
I just-
property. There's a small bar, place to eat. There's a courtyard. There's a small, very small, like, I don't know if you guys have been to a hotel and they're like, we have a library. And it's just like a single bookshelf with some books on it that people have left behind. That's kind of what you've got here. Like 6 Bibles and a history book.
Oh god.
A take a book, leave a book situation.
Yeah, but no one leaves a book.
Everybody just leaves the Bible from their hotel room and takes a book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I imagine we would congregate together more than likely.
Yep, you're all in your rooms currently. You're in the room currently, having the door just been closed and the key left on the table inside for you.
What? Well, that went smoother than I expected.
yeah,
Yes.
this does not seem like bad place, but
Well, the last time we were here, we snuck into a council meeting. Might have set off. I might have set off a bunch of fire runes, a bunch of runes that detected magic. I didn't know they were there. I was trying to warn my friends that there was a slayer coming, and we also, I think, killed somebody here that wasn't supposed to be killed. They got really
Well,
mad
that was
about it.
that was a job we took actually.
Yeah,
To get Leaf into the council chambers to spy.
I wasn't conscious during that one, so I only know
Was
bits
this
and
the
pieces.
fighting pit?
Yeah.
Yes. Where you
Right.
killed
Yes.
the man.
yeah,
I put that
You're
down.
not-
But that was one we intended to kill.
you don't need to defend yourself against Tig. Tig not judge. Tig already think you bad people.
I wasn't defending. I was just telling you what happened.
At that
Can
point,
somebody-
you hear a scream come from pretty close outside the windows.
I
I give up.
look up the window. Look out the window.
A large portion of what was the sort of center part of the city has been cleared. You know how there was like a magical internment camp originally?
Oh,
Yeah, there's now like
Yeah.
a good district of the city is now set for that.
oh. And who's screaming? DM?
One of many people currently being branded.
Is Aaron with us still?
I'm gonna shut the curtains.
He was meant to be, so yes.
Okay,
I had
just double check.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we avoided that. We didn't get branded. Hopefully, we won't be
Yes.
branded.
I'm gonna look out the window and sort of just watch through the curtain, just like observing.
This place
So
So
is
they could
fucking
certainly
terrible.
try to brand us. If they
Anyone
wanted
that's not
to.
branded is currently hanging in a witch cage, if you guys know what that is.
Oh, no, that's fucked up. Yeah, no. We avoided that. That's why I wanted to do the talking, to avoid that.
Does it
Oh,
seem
no,
like
I-
there's fences and like stations for guards and like check in and check out points?
Yep.
Okay.
Can
I'm just
someone
gonna observe
explain
this for
to
a
me-
while.
Can someone explain to me what is happening there? I don't remember.
That's where they put people with magical abilities that don't want to comply with the rules, I guess.
Unsanctioned magic.
Sloan, do you remember when we were first coming here and we were worried about how me and Auric would be taken when we arrived on the ship, and so Saros did that spell to hide us? That's why.
Oh. Are you in danger of that now? Or because you signed the paper, we're okay?
I think because I signed the paper and we were cooperative, I think I might have convinced them for now it's okay, but we shouldn't give them any reason to think otherwise.
Is it for both of you or is it just for you?
It's for all of us. It's for all of us.
Well, yes.
As you
Nia
guys
has the charm on, though she would suffer the most. Quickest,
I would very much appreciate not being petrified. Thank you.
as you guys are also
Such barbarism.
have
You know,
moved
I
away
thought
from the window.
that enchantment was illegal.
It is. As you guys all move away from the window and are talking, you just hear this faint creak of metal at the window, and you can see Aaron is standing there, and he's like gripping a railing super tight. He seems to be breathing very, very fast as he's watching all of this happen.
Does he have the window like the curtain drawn open?
Yeah.
Nia is going to go up beside him and just very gently close the window and try to pull him away from it. Hey.
Yeah.
Step away from that, please. I know it's not a great thing to see.
Sort of just
Sorry.
like rubs his chest and arms. He's like, I have a thing against runes. Like having a minor panic attack as he's like standing there.
I know. They did the exact same thing to me they did to you. Just come on.
How are you handling this so well then?
I'm numb.
Oh, good. And he just like sits down.
Not good, but at a certain point you just have to put it away for a while or you're gonna break.
Okay.
It's gonna be okay. I promise it's gonna be okay. And I'm not gonna let them do that.
As he sits down, there's still like a small like sliver of window open, and he just kind of sits there and he looks out and he's like, oh well, they finished the new town hall, and like the emphasis on hall is telling there.
Yeah,
I'm gonna come and sit down next to him.
She's just gonna fully close that curtain.
So you're a bit loud at the moment for some reason.
Oh, am I?
From normal to very loud.
I don't know why. I'm sorry. Is this an improvement?
I
have not touched any buttons.
That's right. You're just a bit loud. If you just turn it down a touch.
Is this better?
Yes, a little bit. Thank you.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't know what happened there.
It's mostly for my headache than anything else.
Okay. I'll go sit down next to him and just sort of arm around him. You will be all right. There.
Who is bigger in this comparison, the Goliath or Tig?
Tig's huge.
Okay.
Yeah. It's okay. It's really happening. She is right, though. You sometimes have to put it away behind the curtain. Knowing it's happening, knowing it's real is good. Because it'll help you get through it sooner. It's healthy. It's normal to not be okay. Tig, go bye-bye now. I'm going to go out the door. I'll be downstairs. Bye-bye.
As you get to the door, there's a... Which I assume you're opening the door for?
Yes.
Just looking at it?
There was a what?
There was a what?
Did you not hear a knock? I didn't
No.
hear loud. I was like,
I saw
I think
your
your noise-
motion, but
I
the
Think your noise
sound didn't
gate
come
got
through.
it.
well,
Yeah.
there was a knock at the
there was
door.
I just open it. Hello.
My stupid
Jesus, all right,
tapes.
there you go.
No.
Heard
Who's
that.
there?
There's a small gnome there who has a brand.
Tiny tribe.
Hi. I've been sent to make sure that you are all good for your meeting with the council tomorrow.
Hi. Hi.
Hi.
I'm Tig.
Hi.
What's your name?
He sort of sits there and he's like, look, I don't really know anything about you, and last... You don't know the history of this place, do you?
No.
Well, that's good, Tig. And he just like sort of walks in the room, and
What time tomorrow are we meeting with the council?
at 1 hour after sunrise, you have a meeting to discuss what the hell you did at the docks and what your purpose of being in town is. I can fetch you anything you need in that time. Be warned that I haven't seen anyone actually not be jailed for using unsanctioned magic. No one will give you their names or help you outside of their jobs because, well, people that do usually end up dead.
Oh,
Lovely.
why?
Have you guys been here before?
No.
Yes.
We have. She hasn't.
So you know about the little magic war that goes on in this place?
Yes.
No.
Correct.
Well, you let her know because it's getting worse.
Figured that when I was looking outside and seeing an entire district now in internment camp.
Oh yeah, they've been rounding people up across the aisles.
Lovely.
While
Thanks for letting us
Duskfall
know.
technically falls under the Northern Alliance with Saren, unfortunately, the dwarves of Karak are allied with the South, and they kind of run the show here now. So
This will be
it's
fun.
not great. And he's like constantly trying to smile and seem happy about everything.
Listen, thank you for telling us our time. And I looked to the party. Do you guys need anything?
Not from Tiny Tribe. No, he do great at his job. No complaints.
And he sort of flicks his eye to the corner. He's like, right,
Oh.
no complaints.
I look at Aaron and I ask him, do you need anything? Food, drink,
Just
a
nods.
book?
Yeah, one book that describes what the fuck is going on here.
I look at him.
Oh, that
I
book
look at
probably
the-
hasn't been written yet.
They have picture book.
I look at the gnome and I ask, do you think you could find a book or a pamphlet that might explain what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah, there's a few things. If you do need me, there's and he sort of like shows you there's a little, right by the door's a little cupboard that opens, and there's a rope inside. Pull the rope, someone will come to the door, ask for one, and I'll be there within about an hour.
Okay.
Excuse me, sir. One other thing that I would request is an entire copy of the bylaws of this city.
They're a little in flux, but I'll see what I can do.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna slip out of the room.
Nia's just gonna
Tiptoe
make a-
downstairs.
Nia's just gonna make a generic ask for food and drink.
Yeah,
That's
and
it.
he'll bring water, ale, bread, and cold meat. Well, someone will. He'll make sure that arrives.
Auric will go to that corner that he was staring at and stare at that corner as well. A little wave at it. That's all he's going to do. He's not going to push things. He's not going to ritual cast detect magic no matter how bad he wants to.
Thank you for not, because I appreciate you not getting me turned into stone next to my boyfriend. He's going through enough trauma. Has the gnome left the room?
Yeah, he will. He'll go get all your stuff.
I thought it might be a good thing to tell you now that I kind of might have an idea for how to deal with flesh. Something we might be able to present to the council.
Well, anything that can help our case.
I was thinking about what both of you, and I look at Aaron as I say that, and Oric, said last night. And the reason I was recruited into the 5 is because Sam wanted a replacement for him. And the entire concept of the family is that we replace each other to keep the family strong. But the way Sam's going, if he keeps going, the family's not going to exist because the whole world's not going to exist. And Flesh is simple. She's kind of deranged, but she's simple. She's a kid. I might be able to talk to her. And maybe convince her to stop. She sees me like a big sister. So I might be able to use that.
Or perhaps when we, if the council will allow us, to go into the teleportation chamber, perhaps we can find a way to neutralize the situation, to create a neutral ground for you to talk with Flesh.
Well, if I approach her, assuming that the 5 don't know that I didn't do what they wanted, because Sam couldn't enter Jokelheim. None of them could. That's why they were sending me. So, assuming that they still think I'm on the right track, seeing me and just me, she might just think it's just her sister.
Oh, I see. The rest of us lay in wait. We're hidden. In case things go wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
Say that she does sway to your words. What then?
Well, this is the part of the plan you might not like, but or maybe you would. We don't really make plans. We never really did. That's kind of where we gotta wing it, I think.
Well,
it's not the greatest, I know, but she's a kid.
I suppose what really must be seen is what her reaction is and what she wants.
Mm-hmm.
Because if she's amenable.
Well, she looks at Aaron as she's very carefully saying this because she knows he just had like an episode over runes on his bones. After what Kenora did, do you remember when you were trying to heal me, it hurt me?
Yes.
She fixed that. If she just was steered in a better direction, she might be able to help a lot of people. Like, the kind of magic she does could help ailments. There's ways that she could be turned into something better.
There's a knock at the door.
Fuck. I will cease my talking and...
I'll answer it this time.
There's a small female gnome this time. No brand. Hi. You can call
Hello.
me too.
I see a pattern. Hello, too.
Good.
I do.
And she claps, and 3 humans bring in text on trolleys for the laws of this place.
Oh, Oric, I think this is for you.
Hey,
There's
Yorick, something to occupy yourself for the next
The
hour.
founding laws, which haven't been properly overwritten. There's the laws of the previous administration. There's now the laws since the magical shit and war that's been going on and since the dwarves have taken over. And it's up to you to cross-reference and figure out what the fuck is happening here.
Yeah. Oric got his evening's activity delivered.
And
appropriately.
as she leaves the room, she bows like, I would really like it if you would not cause trouble for any of the servants that come here to help you. We are easily disposed of. And she leaves.
That's awful.
Before we continue any conversations this evening, I must remind you all of the corner of the room.
What is in the corner? I don't see anything.
There are ears and eyes beyond what you can see in this room.
My guess is that they have a scrying sensor in here.
Yes.
Or an arcane
Servants in their most panicked looked to the corner as if for approval, saying, look at me, I am doing as you wish, I am an amenable citizen. So, we should all practice our right to privacy and silence.
Tig, where are you right now? Because you went downstairs. You wouldn't have been able to leave the place because
Slinging
the
drinks
is just at the door.
Yeah. Sorry. I went downstairs to the front desk, basically, and just be like, ding ding. Can Tig would like to offer help.
No.
Okay, to go to the bar. Hello.
The same person walked from there to the bar and stands there looking at you.
Tig would like to offer help.
No.
Okay. In that case, can Tig please have beer?
It will be delivered to your room.
Okay. Can Tig also have bucket of water, please?
Sure.
Thank you. I'm just like slinking away and quickly go back upstairs.
And you hear sort of a gruff like, good, come from the human slayer at the door.
I'll walk back into the room.
You make a perception check, Tig.
Ooh, okay. All right, hang on a second.
Please tell me she didn't just try to leave the building.
Nope, she ordered water and beer after offering help.
That's fine.
Oh, that's good. 18. 25.
Okay. I will say, since you were out the room and you were sitting around and then doing stuff down there and then you asked if they needed help, you would have seen a small young gnome leave. And then as a female gnome enters, there's a shape under a sheet outside as the door opens.
Wait, outside of our room?
Outside of the building, because you went downstairs to the lobby area where you were asking for food and drink and whatnot.
Oh, okay. Okay, no problem. Cool.
There is blood on the sheet.
Got it.
Right.
Okay. All right. Bye-bye. It's not very nice downstairs or outside.
This is a terrible city.
It wasn't nice the first time we came here, so.
But
Intelligence check, Auric. As you're reading the bylaws.
Yeah. This place is why so protected? Why so protected? I don't know.
Because dwarves hate magic. That's
Dirty 20.
True.
Okay.
Ooh.
One thing that stands out in the original sort of the original book, the original laws, is that there's a council of families that created the first council of Duskfall, and any laws that are made have to be done so with their approval, and they eternally will have a say in what happens in Duskfall.
Did you say it eternally?
Yeah.
Okay.
One of the names is Stormwarden.
Of course it is.
None of the names are Dwarvish.
Interesting.
The second book has the oh my god, I can't remember his name. One of the human families, I'll look now up in a minute. Rosenret is the name. One of the family's name is Rosenret, and they signed over their say in the council to a dwarven merchant clan in exchange for gold and a percentage of all goods that the merchant gets, so that they can then sell that on in the city here. So it's not the profit of the goods, it's literally the goods themselves.
Okay.
The third book, the new one, has that merchant family sign it over to the current Dwarven Council. There's like an addendum where it said it was to the king, and then after the king, it's now to the ruling council of the dwarves. So while there's thousands and thousands, like each of these books weighs 100 pounds. There's thousands of laws and, little sub-laws and stuff in them. If you want to change something or do something, these people are the ones that do it. They're the ones you'd have to go through.
The families, and then the Council of the Dwarves that have a stake from Rosenrit.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd say that by the time you're finished doing that, the sun is coming up. There's like 3 hours to your meeting. Like, it's like there's a glow on the horizon, the sun is not up yet. You are extra sleepy now.
Pigs on the floor in a pile, just sleeping. Just
If there's anything else you guys want to talk
Drool.
about, do it quickly now, because you would have had time to talk at Auric while he was studying.
Well, Nia wanted to talk with Aaron about something, but
Yep, go for it.
Specifically, she wanted to know if he had any ideas about what could be done about Flesh, since he seemed so adamant that she could be helped.
I don't know. It's best to, I guess, not give up on people all the time.
I'm gonna ask this, and I know it might sound like a weird question. You've never met her, have you? You don't feel inclined because of familiarity to push for her to be okay?
We broke the laws of our people. We ran away. From all accounts, you've not done the greatest things. And it's all on the same path, right? We broke a minor law, you broke major laws, and she might have done things that there's no coming back from, but we're all on the same path. Maybe a second chance is what we all deserve.
I had a reason to ask. I wasn't trying to question it. Because you're right.
So why are you asking? I liked when you used to ask me things straight. When did you get so good at double talk and manipulating?
When I had to.
Did you have to with me?
Trying not to overwhelm you, but if you want the truth, then here it is. I'm pretty sure you're alive now because Flesh rebuilt you. Because getting you back was what the 5 offered me. Because that's all I wanted. I just wanted you back. And when we got you out of Sloan's sword, whatever they did, I think went through. You wanted the truth, so there it is.
And yet you think these people are irredeemable? I heard you say something to Auric, but...
Do you know what they made me do? Do you know how many people I had to kill?
Did they make you, or did you do it yourself?
It's a little bit of both. They manipulated me into doing things, then in turn I manipulated other people around me. I'm sorry that I'm not the same little Nia that you left. But you wanted the truth, and there it is. And the reason why I was asking, because I was afraid that Flesh had done something to you to make, I don't know, to keep their game going.
Nia?
I don't know if you'd be part of this conversation, Tig.
Oh, okay. Because Tig was awake, that's all.
I know, it's just... This would be probably in the corner sitting on a bed, not like in the middle of the room for everyone.
Or like in one of the other rooms conversation.
Yeah, no problem. No problem.
I'm sorry. I did a lot of selfish things just to get you back. Sorry, this is what you came back to.
Thought you were dead. You're not, and I would have done anything to have you here. So I'm willing to look past everything and just be happy that you're here. Just puts his arms around you. You big tight hug.
Yeah. Yep. Nia's a puddle now.
He'll sort of scoot back to be leaning against the wall and just kind of like pull you close and just sort of sit there with his eyes closed. You keep talking, he'll keep talking, but otherwise he'll just kind of stay there until you guys fall asleep.
The only thing she'll say is, when this is all over, I just want to go as far away from all of this as possible. I don't want to fight anymore.
Sounds good to me.
Find a boat or a place by the ocean and just be there. Far away from the mountains. The shit we left behind. We always talked about starting fresh.
You're just like, he's got his like cheek on your head, you just kind of feel him smile.
And she will probably be content to fall asleep after that, because that was eating her for a while.
Okay. Sloan. I didn't hear anything you just said, but make an intelligence check, because I know you want to just help Auric do his things, so let's just see.
Yeah, but that's a lot of reading.
Auric might give you like a really simple piece of paper.
Well,
it's just like a list of laws on it.
I got a 15.
Okay, so this is what I think would have happened, and you guys can decide if you want to go with this or not. Auric opens up the first book and is mumbling to himself, and you're kind of like sitting there, and you're like, "I'll help me." Sit down, you open up a second, you're hearing him say names and stuff, and you hear Rosenret, and you're sitting there and you're like reading the same word again. So he's got like halfway through the book before you get through like a few pages, and you find that name, and you're Oric, and it's the bit where Rosenrat sold his stake to the merchant family. So you find that link for him, if that's okay with you.
I mean, yeah. Is this important? I can only read that name.
And I think Oric like has like 4 books out in front of him right now as she's holding the one book up to him. And he'll quickly, like, his head's moving so fast that he doesn't he listens to you and you can see he acknowledges you, but he doesn't say anything. He just puts his finger up to the book, starts reading the passages very fast.
How do you do
Then he'll
that?
just take the book from your hands and put it in front of him.
I guess that's
This is very good, Sloan.
Really?
Yes. This is key, pivotal.
You, Sloan, find that you open up the book, you're all happy, and you find one of the books that explain the laws has like a set of family trees with it, and you manage to find the Rosenrat family tree. It goes back quite far. It started and like you recognize some words, so like you recognize Etredale, and it was one of the families of paladins in Etredale originally before moving to Duskfall, and has married into most of the other founding families. So there's still 2 or 3 left alive. Because I figured Sloan can tell the ones that have like a red line through the symbols. Like, yeah, they're probably not here no
I think
more.
she could figure that out. Yeah.
Yeah. We went over numbers too, Sloan, not just letters. You can see the death date for those people.
She picked up on numbers a lot quicker than she did on the words.
Because I was like, think of your hands.
Please tell me that Sloan was practicing the year and a half we were gone and now showing off how well she's improved.
Absolutely. Lifelong learner right here.
I'm so proud of her.
I
mean, she read a couple pages into a book. Like, that's pretty damn good for Sloan.
That's a big deal.
Sloan couldn't write her name last time we saw her, so this is great.
There's a living male descendant who is currently apparently married to an elf in the north, so not on this island. And there's 2 that own a small like shipping warehouse where the goods from that merchant family still come in and they move them on. They seem to be doing quite well for themselves. And this is all information that Sloan can find and pass to Oric if you wish.
Yeah, I mean, anything that seems important, and I'm just shoving it in his face.
Well, you can either hand wave that you did all that, or you can roleplay. I don't mind. You do your thing.
This is great work, Sloan.
It was helpful.
100%.
I don't really understand what it means, but I'm hoping that you do.
It's just, these are people who make the laws in Duskfall. And it is a tangled web of greed and power.
But you're the god of spiders now. If anybody can untangle that web, you can.
Humor, yes.
She learned how to joke.
You're doing quite well with your reading. What we need to work on next is your comprehension.
That means understanding, right?
Yes, exactly.
So I remember you telling me that there are 2 parts to reading. Is reading the words. That's what I tell my students all the time. Reading the words and understanding what you read, and you cannot have one without the other.
Yes.
Gold star emoji
It
for
is
Sloan.
everything. It is everything. Truly, it's not just reading, it's people, life.
Do you think maybe we could start with something a little easier than law books?
This is quite a leap from what we're used to reading. So yes, an orc will go into his bag of many, many books, and try to find something a little more. He doesn't have
A story.
That is,
Do you have a story? Do you have a storybook?
Actually,
Oh,
Orc
no.
might, in like the deep depths of his bag of holding, might have like an old storybook that he used to read when he did more leisurely reading as opposed to his pure
Back in his
academia
bard
day.
days.
Yeah,
I was
back in
gonna
his bard
say
days.
a book you had for your daughter, maybe.
Oof.
Oh, no,
Oof. Ow.
Oof.
Okay, Sloan, I've
Orc doesn't have any
decided,
of those right now.
since you have spent a long time doing this learning, you can choose one of these and apply them to your character. Is some require a bit of a leap of logic, but it'll be fine. Keen mind. Because I feel like knowing which way is north, how long till sunset is pretty good. You get +1 intelligence, which is the important part of this since you've been learning how to be smarts. And you can accurately recall anything you've seen or heard within the past month. Doesn't necessarily mean you read better, but just like as you're activating your mind a little bit, someone who tells you something, you remember.
Yeah.
Linguist, because you've been traveling around with Yarko a bit, they talk in different languages, I'll say you can pick up a few bits and pieces. Or where was it? Or observant. Which lets you lip read and you get +5
I do
bonus
like
to your
observant.
passive wisdom and intelligence. But you have to choose the intelligence for observant, not wisdom.
Let's do observant. I think that makes the most sense.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll say that like you've been like watching other people read, and you've been like watching as they're like, as other people are learning to read and have been sounding out the words. You've been like watching their mouth, watching the page, watching their mouth, watching the page, and you've become quite adept at lip reading now.
Yeah, because I imagine like to compensate for the fact that she has a ton of difficulty reading, she's learned to really focus on what people are saying and to really listen, and commit that stuff to memory. That's pretty great.
So you have an extra point of intelligence and a feat because you have, for like 2 years in the game, been like, I'm going to learn to read, which is more commitment to a thing than almost anyone's had. That's not class related anyway.
Thank you.
Or their like main story, because like there's a difference between like I'm following my boyfriend who's lost and like I'm gonna just learn to read.
But say, you mean the man chasing godhood hasn't been committed to something?
Yeah, but that's like his primary story point, where this is like a secondary thing for Sloan, right? So that's the point.
I get you. I'm just being semantic.
I've also gotten a lot of things out of that.
Yeah, everyone's got lots of stuff. All right, let's just let Sloan have her thing. Right.
Let's have Sloan have the thing that is flavor.
I'm so proud of Sloan. I gave
So this
Sloan the
lip reading
gold
is gonna
star
be
in our
helpful.
chat.
I saw it. Thank you.
Over.
Oric doesn't have any gold stars. He just has.
If I
Good
was
work.
allowed to cast magic, I would prestidigitate you a gold star, but I'm not allowed. So
No, it
Over-
felt.
Yeah.
Sorry. Go ahead.
It's alright, I was just trying to keep us moving along. Over the course of the next hour, as you're trying to like pick up on things from these books to help out Oric, you fall asleep. Just this cannot be interesting for you.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
sure
that's fair.
law
That
students reading
tracks.
law books fucking fall asleep in them, and you would too.
Yeah.
Okay,
my
but
husband
with a
is a
7-year-old.
lawyer and went to law school, so yes, I can confirm
Oh.
that is accurate.
There's like a there's
I
like a
can-
random point in the night where Oric like turns and points a book to Sloan and goes, "Isn't this very interesting here? You can't buy alcohol on Sundays in Duskfall."
no wonder this place sucks.
And
It's a dry county.
and then the third
just
book
see Sloan
has
like
that
this.
just like the dwarves like you can. It's just 24-hour bars, just ale.
All right,
all
the
the time.
dwarves did one good thing here.
So-
No wonder they seized power so easily.
I'll say you managed to get your 4 hours of sleep, Oric, that you need. Everyone else gets the full 8. And you probably wake up to two knocking at the door, be like, and just not waiting, like opening, like it's time, you have to go. It's council meeting. Are you ready? The Slayers will drag you out.
We'll be out in just a minute. That's not Nia's voice. Sorry. Wrong character. Different girl.
Sloane, you wake up to a half-naked, tattooed man just like shaking you awake, like, time to go.
Ulrich is just sitting on the floor, crisscrossed in a trance as that's happening.
You know what I think what Sloan would do out of habit, just being woken and not like, you know, that state you're in where you have no idea where you are, it just takes a swing. Just out of pure habit.
He just kind of takes it and just doesn't move.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I did not mean to do that. I don't like to be woken up.
Okay. You're all ushered out to the council chambers. And we can either take a quick break here, or we can do the council chambers. Yep, okay. We'll take a quick break here as you are at the doors and they're about to open, and we'll see that in a minute. We'll be back in 5 minutes, everyone. So grab a coffee, do what you need to do, and we'll see you really soon. Wave, everyone. We'll be right back.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Everyone's waving. Good. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the roll for damage. That's where we are at roll for damage. Peekaboo, says Sean. We currently have everyone standing in front of the council chamber doors. We did kind of fast travel from the tavern to here to make things nice and quick. I believe you guys have been here before. As the doors open, you stand in it's like a small stone bottom, just like auditorium almost, with a little raised area for whoever wants to speak to stand on. And then there's walls that rise up where council members sit in shadow, apart from the one who is leading the council, which is currently a fairly old dwarven man. White beard, very heavily lined face. He's got a scar that runs across his face. Part of his nose is missing. And he's wearing a small crown on his head that is both runed and jeweled.
Fancy.
He is fancy. His beard is long. It is tucked into his belt.
Probably braided in fantastical dwarven fashion.
Yes, it is. There's probably... I was about to say, maybe not anymore. I was about to say, almost said there's more gold in his beard than you guys have seen, but I forgot you raided a dragon horde. So maybe not. Until
Maybe
that point, there
ago.
was more gold in his beard than you guys had seen. So
that's gotta be a heavy beard then. Damn.
he's a strong dwarf boy.
It's just got no neck. It's just shoulder muscles to hold
Yeah.
up that beard.
That's all dwarves though.
Anyways, he speaks in a sort of clipped common tone with no hint of any sort of accent, apart from whatever Australian one that I have. So,
He's an Aussie. I get it.
not quite. So he's like, "Greetings, travelers. You are here on trial for crimes against the state of Duskfall and Karak Barakaz. Unsanctioned use of magic, resulting in destruction of property. How do you plead?"
Nia will give a very respectable bow of her head as we are addressed, and say, "We had no intentions to break any laws. We were simply following orders, delivering supplies, as Etrelon has been cut off from Duskfall. We never meant to cause any harm to property, and any damages that were made, we intend to rectify.
You may not have wanted to cause harm, Tainted One, but unwanted, unsanctioned use of magic has resulted in it nonetheless. Why could you not have come through traditional means?
As I told the person who met us at the docks, there simply was not time. We needed to get these supplies here as quickly as possible. I'm sure you are aware that there is a war in progress, along with interference from the Bastard Five, one of which I believe has shut down the teleportation circles.
You hear some grumbling around the council chambers.
I pay it no mind, and I'm completely focused on him.
Good that you bring that up. You are considered enemies of the state. What was that? Sorry, I didn't catch that.
DM. Oh, sorry. I said I have a question for the DM. The guy who's talking to Nia right now, does he feel? Do I feel that he feels angry?
Oh yes.
Cool. So does that in turn mean that I feel angry?
You can make a wisdom check to keep your cool.
Wisdom check. Wisdom save or check?
I'm making a wisdom save.
Well, it actually doesn't matter. They're the same roll.
No.
9.
Okay. Do you
I
say
imagine
anything,
I'll
or you just
start-
go a bit red in the face?
No. I'm just going to be red in the face and just like breathing just really heavy, like shoulders going and seeming to get bigger with every breath.
Orc would put a hand on her arm, noticing this. Not say anything, just look to her and with as calm a face as he can. And I think almost unintentionally, nah, never mind. Too sensitive.
What are you going to do? Like, are you going to do magic?
I was just going to give you guidance through my druid side, but it's not, it doesn't matter. I'm not good.
Arcane magics is their problem.
Okay, so I don't think Oric even intended to do this spell. I think it's just the hunk of Tig in his eye. That makes.
I swear to God, if you start setting off all the magic runes, none of you guys are going to be allowed to bitch at Nia for that message spell ever again.
Of course, absolutely not. Yeah, I agree. But I'll just some of this, almost some of the kindness of Tig comes out of Oric in this way, as there's just, you see a little twinkle in the druidic eye, the more gold amber eye, as you would not know what happened, but just feel a warmth from his touch.
I like a kindness of Tig, like a kindness of ravens, like just that's what it made me think of. There's lots of little Tigs.
It's called a kindness.
Little Tig. Oh my God.
You see all these floaties in your eye, and they're just Tigs going.
We help. I know. I was like, we gotta get on the point right now, but I need to ask Saren now. Sorry, Kelsey now to draw like a little tiny baby Tig, like she did for Sloane.
Yes. So I'll feel anyways, that.
You feel that? I'll let you make another save since he's tried to calm you down, and nothing happened. No warning, no runes, nothing.
Fuck.
And add a D4.
Well, you get a D4. Add a D4.
The 12 plus 3, 15.
All right.
15.
You managed to calm yourself down. And everyone else kind of feels this quick spike of anger that then just subsides.
I will say, just going forward, if he rises again, I'm probably going to rise with, but I won't interrupt.
Enemies of the state. You are at war with us. In fact, from what we can tell, you started it.
Started what? Tig just offer help. And
Door
we
was not
were
started.
not unsanctioned. What? I don't know what that means. We were told to do the thing back there.
Take. We were We were not the people who started the war. The people who started the war was the Bastard Five, and I'm sure you will find every report saying the same.
Ah. It was the Bastard Five aboard the iridescent dancer who sunk ships, slaughtered.
No, it was the
500
Bastard Five who
people.
slaughtered your diplomats.
Yes, and we tried to withdraw and blockade so we could figure things out.
The actions aboard the iridescent dancer were out of necessity, as we were also being attacked. We had nothing to do with, and that has nothing to do with the trial here currently. We are here because of our actions at the docks, are we not?
Yes. Enemy combatants cast unwanted magics inside borders of our territory, resulting in the damage of property and the injury of one, and he sort of looks down for a second, male tiefling, 16 years old.
No intent to harm. There was no intent to harm. We were simply doing a job we were hired to do by the owner of the iridescent dancer. We were hired to transport supplies, and we had a reason to come to Duskfall anyway. We were under a time constraint.
Why were you
therefore,
in a rush?
Nia's gonna gesture to Oric.
The swiftness of our movement derive from the complications at sea, which you're well aware of. Complications that go beyond whatever crimes you believe we've committed here. We also did this with swiftness in order to offer services in relieving you of your broken teleportation circles.
That's right.
It is
We
not
believe that we
broken.
might. We believe we may be able to remove the threat that you are containing and contain them ourselves. And open
We can
up
handle
use of the
our own
teleportation.
threats, child.
Can you? Because the teleportation circles are still down and supply chains are being cut off.
My supply chains are not cut.
But your citizens are. People of Duskfall. What I'd
Not
like
our
to offer,
concern.
what I would like to offer to pay for this transgression is to fix this problem of yours.
You want to fix what you did by supplying our enemies with goods.
I don't consider us enemies personally. I have no stake in this war. I'm simply doing my job.
For someone with no stake, you've certainly murdered enough people. Well,
I'm sure you...
sort of whispers to the side. Shannon, this would be where you could do something with your fancy new feet if you really want to.
I want to read lips. I want to read lips.
I was like, what are you doing? I don't think you're paying attention, because I was like, he whispers to the side.
Sorry, no, I was writing notes down actually.
Ah, that's okay. That's the one transgression I can allow. Okay. Yeah, so he whispers to the side and tell you what, just make a perception check for me. I'll give you advantage.
You got it.
Because you can read lips, but he's kind of far away and he's kind of in shadow, so.
Ooh, all right.
Ooh, 17
Okay. So
with advantage.
he talks to someone and they kind of pass it around. You kind of hear that grumbling go through. Effectively, he says we could get them to fetch the king's axe. Yeah, they're not coming back from that. But if they do, we win. Odds. What else do you have that you need done here?
Again, I will gesture to Oric.
Yes, we have business with Or at least we have an inquiry for Dakarys Storm Warden.
Another
Council of
criminal.
Families.
What did he say?
Another criminal.
Gotcha.
A criminal, is he held in your bondage?
No.
Do you have word of his whereabouts?
He'll be at his home in the mountains.
Which mountains?
North. There is one path that leads up past a set of mines. Past that, you'll find the borders of his property. You'll know when you see it. He has killed
And
hundreds of delegations sent. Ask him to come in quietly.
and what was his original crime?
Harboring a fugitive.
Harboring a fugitive.
Can I inquire as to who he was harboring?
I will tell you only that they destroyed a mine site and all the dwarves present.
Does that sound like anything Nia's heard of before? Like any giant accident? I don't know, magic explosion or
Nope.
no history check I could
No.
make for that? Fine.
Nope. Nothing. You've just not been around it, so no.
Like my compatriot here, Lady Nia, we have no quarrels with you or stake in the war. Though we have called that leader of that alliance a friend in the past, we've had no communications or operations with them over the last year. We've been tending to our own business.
As I said, we were simply hired to do a job. We did the job.
What of the Dragon Cult?
Yes.
What has their activity been? A large portion of our business was in dealing with the cult.
We have had no real problems with the cult here. We were driven from our homes hundreds of years ago by the White Queen. We have a vested interest in putting the cult down should they rise, but they have not risen here.
Then we are friends in that effort.
I remember seeing the White Queen take over. It was very big, very scary.
And we have done work in Jarkelheim to quell the cult.
And you have
Perhaps that is why you have got such peace from them.
You've done work here to raise hysteria. There was a panic, saying things like you were trying to stop the end of everything.
Well, that was a very long time ago. We've matured.
Now, I believe we spoke of that in the privacy of our own room. So unless you had somebody listening in on us, there should have been no hysteria spread, sir. As
You
nobody
offered no
but us
privacy.
should have heard.
A curious bit of illusion magic I hear around these parts. A hand is what it costs.
I am simply pointing out that unless the public was listening to our private conversations and not simply someone you had looking after us, there should be no hysteria spread about what we were believing we were stopping. So I don't
Unless
see
your
the
people are
validity
spreading
behind that
hysteria.
claim.
There'll be no more talk of ends of worlds. Not while you're on this island.
Even in our own privacy.
Even so.
Fair enough.
Perhaps that is a term we can agree to, provided we are released.
You'll be set on the path to find the man you are looking for. Only if you return with the High King's axe. The High King wished to parley with one Dakarys Storm Warden, and he was murdered for it.
I say under my breath to the group, but it's probably not under my breath because I'm feeling angry.
You're Sloan.
I'm going to
I'm
make a
Sloan.
perception check. Yep, continue.
Okay. They do not think we can come back from that mission. They said it themselves.
Just for context, do we know who the High King is referring to? I don't think that's the Emperor of Etradale, is it?
No,
No, it would be the
you-
king of Karak.
Yeah, King of Karak Barakas, who you,
Okay.
I believe, called very toxic.
Mm-hmm.
in
Did
your
call him
notes, sure.
toxic.
Yes.
Did he say the High King was killed?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Dakarys kill him himself.
Who else could have?
We are not as familiar with all of these polities as you might be, as merchants and adventurers.
Dakarys has a weapon which we are sure is of dwarven origin, which he uses to perform astounding feats in combat.
And if we were to go in pursuit of this axe and find out it's not there, what then?
Bring us back Dakarys' weapon. Whether he lives or dies, we do not care. Just bring back the axe or his sword.
Did you hear me?
Nia's gonna nod at you very subtly.
If you bring that back, we will allow you access to the teleportation chambers. We'll even
You would
allow you to
continue-
return home from here. Though, from our reports, there may not be a home to return.
What do you mean
I wouldn't
by
exactly call that home, but yes, please.
Yes. In the spirit of being forward with you and allowing us to be on even playing field. Unwanted magic were cast in Etradale, specifically in the capital. Pestilence is coming. The ritual was performed, and currently the entirety of the Gulf of Etral is being evacuated. There aren't enough ships, but maybe with your teleportation circle you can save some.
What are the symptoms of this pestilence?
Symptoms? Oh,
Yes.
Pestilence himself. I do not know how to describe eldritch beings to small children. But maybe you, Elf, will understand that the Four Horsemen are not to be trifled with.
Oh, I've
I
trifled.
understand.
The first time they came here, it was Duskfall and Karak Barakaz which beat them back.
With all due
Well-
respect, is this really worth risking this coming to Duskfall? This errand? Instead of seeing that this problem is dealt with? Do you not see the bigger picture here? That this will affect more than just Etradale. This will affect Duskfall and your home and everywhere else if this is not dealt with.
We are not sure if it'll affect it positively or negatively yet.
I'm
we
pretty
wait.
sure pestilence coming will affect everything negatively.
Child Pestilence has been on this plane more than a year, but he hasn't been to your cities yet.
Well, the interesting thing is there is a direct line to your city from that location that is held by an ally of this enemy.
Do
And
you
so I
wish to
ask-
go to your man Dakarys or not?
I ask you to allow us to take care of this problem before we leave the city. For the sake of everyone.
You may go to Dakarys, or you may go to our jails. That is your choice here.
You're really willing to risk this many lives for the sake of a weapon.
Of my enemies, yes.
When do they not become your enemies? When do they just become people?
When they
The
submit.
citizens. So the citizens deserve to die.
The citizens have their leaders decide.
He's gonna look at the party and see what they think.
Though for once I miss devils.
It's because devils not always bad people.
It's because devils are
There's-
straightforward.
Exactly. I see no viable path of escape. I see only, unless we are to cause more calamity, one path forward.
Well, and we're
We can make.
kind of stopped from causing any path to calamity as she holds up her wrist with the petrification bracelet still locked on it.
That's what I mean.
So,
We've put ourselves into the bondage of this city.
hold on. Tig brain slowing.
Always is.
So we all sent here. Sorry, Mr. Man. We all sent here to deliver things to help other place to trade,
Correct.
right?
Help Yaku's trade specifically, yes.
And
And now
Yaku's
we are
trade would help who?
Etradale, I'd assume. Or whoever
Etradale.
Yaku works for. He doesn't exactly work for anybody, I don't think. He's kind of works for himself.
And we're coming here to find Dakarys anyway, right?
Yes.
Correct.
Okay, so we're here for Dakarys and to help with trade to help Etradale. And we come here and get taken away because we brought stuff like we were told to do. And all we do is follow instruction. And we can fix problem by going and rebuilding things or collecting sticks and magic axes. Even though you don't like magic, you want magic axes, but okay. And that's all our options are. And if we don't collect magic weapons for non-magic liking people,
We go to jail.
so we either come back with and then leave, or we come back without and don't leave.
Or we die, which is what they're planning on.
Do we have to come back?
Well, I'd kind of like to get Flesh out of the teleportation circle so that trade can
So
resume.
we have to come back so we can get
Yes.
flesh out of teleportation circle in other town.
Yes.
Okay, so we go do thing.
That
Simple.
seems to be the path.
Okay, we go.
We need to tread that path anyway.
It's
That
simple.
was-
We just go.
Will I be allowed to take this off when we leave city?
No. It will
And
be,
how do you expect?
It will be amended so that you follow our agreement here.
So I'll still be able to cast with
You'll
this
be able
on
to
without
cast.
being turned into stone.
Don't be annoying, naive child. Of course you'll be able to do what you need to get the job done. It will be amended so that should you try to leave without doing the job, well, bad things will happen.
I apologize for our questions, Lord, but we have been, how they say, burned in the past, not asking these questions due to rather annoying implications of folk with self-centered perspectives of the world.
Well, let's make this simple. You fetch the axe, you get what you want. Can't find the axe, take his sword.
And if we can't do that?
We'll be dead.
Seems like we don't have much of a choice then.
No need to overthink.
Well,
I will have a contract written up for you to sign. You are their leader, correct? Nia Arian.
Seems like I'm the one who's speaking, so yes.
And he whispers to the side. I won't make you roll again. Yeah, just someone prepping.
She's
I like to
listening.
imagine Sloane actually does that when she's trying to read lips.
Yeah.
They're prepping a destruction contract. Should Nia not finish this, she's gonna be ashed.
I had a 9th level disintegration put on me by the Marius. If I fucked up, this is nothing. It's fine.
It's effectively the same thing. It's if you don't.
Yeah, no, you know what? I am not playing in new territory. Let's fucking go. Bring it on, you fucking. That's all Shelby. I swear Nia's not saying that. Nia's not gonna get herself killed here.
Well,
The-
I'll whisper it under my breath to Nia so that she knows.
Yeah, just destruction contract. It'll be brought down in a few minutes. You guys can talk amongst yourselves. They're all just kind of. You hear
She's
some
just
people
gonna leave.
leaving and some doing different things, but
I guess just gonna lean to Sloane and say, just like the Marius, we'll be fine.
I don't really know who all these people are that you talk about. But
Shitty family of Etcherdale.
well, you know how he talk about the White Queen?
The white head of Tiamat.
Yeah, Tig saw that. Tig watched it.
It's good that you lived through it.
No, Tig not there, but Tig saw a memory of Hera on boat
Hmm.
and Skoda and
Perhaps we can unpack that on the road
but
when we aren't being
Tig-
listened to.
it's fine that Tig trying to tell you that they are the way that they are for a reason. So don't
Dragon heads?
the Thane will lean forward and is like, "How is the slowest of you also the smartest of you?"
She is not slow.
Well,
no take
Thinking
slow.
to herself, I will bite your head off.
No, take slow. Take slow because Tig's still growing.
he will
We understand
come
cause and
down
effect,
from
Lord.
his throne, and a small door will open up, and he'll come to you, and he has the contract.
I want to read this contract like 3 times to see that there's no hidden clauses in this shit.
Can you read Dwarvish?
I can.
Yeah. He's going to read it to you because it's in Dwarvish, and you can
I'm
So-
gonna have Oric come over here and fucking
you
language
can-
check this shit.
effectively be the lawyer that sits there and makes sure what he's saying is correct.
Oric puts his glasses on.
I'll just like bow to the thing when he comes through the door.
Is Aaron... Where the fuck is Aaron in this? Is he just watching this? Like, what the fuck is going on?
Probably.
Poor boy.
When you bow to the Thane, he's actually going to nod
Boilerplate.
to you a little bit. Tig. You met Hera, didn't you? Are you one of the ones that assisted in getting Scorodin instated?
No. No, Tig.
But you met him.
Tig know about him through Hera's memories.
Oh, I thought you were one that was sent.
Hera sent me back.
It must have been a different Tagara. Were you not sent with... What were their names? Soot and...
Yeah, so Soot is Bad Magic Man. Bad Magic Man can go away forever. Tig not like Magic Man. That's probably also a reason why dwarves
He
don't
starts
like
smiling
magic,
when you're
because
like,
of him.
I don't like Magic Man. He's like, yes.
Yeah.
No Magic Man.
Yeah, no Magic Man. Magic Man, bad Magic Man. He's the reason that Tig have arms.
I've
And
not met someone who's
Nissa.
met them before, is all. It gives you a bit of respect here. This contract shows that it's effectively the same thing as you had before, but there's only one effect on it, which is very high level disintegrate, which doesn't just affect you. It gets passed down to any bonds. So anyone that you care for, love, could be affected to it until it runs out of magic. From who you consider your closest to your furthest person.
Highly destructive magical bondage. I smell some hypocrites.
Was the destruction of myself not enough of an incentive? Do you have to commit a war crime and go after my family?
He turns to you, Auric, first, like, this is a type of runic magic which works through sorceress bloodlines. However, we found that there is usually some carryover to others they care about. Regrettable, but it does fix problems.
I see you don't have control over its spillage. Lacks precision.
Magic is always imprecise. This is more bound than things the Arcanus use.
Before I sign this, I want to ask one question. And that is, are you aware of who the Aryan family is and what you will potentially be bringing down upon yourself should this go wrong?
I don't care.
Good to know. And she signs her name.
I can see how you have so many enemies.
Mm-hmm. Nia goes down. They are attacking a fucking half-dragon clan at this point, which can't go well for them. So.
Make a history check, Nia.
Nia.
Yeah.
They also don't. Yeah.
I'm kind of gonna
that's a
like
19.
stand back towards
Yeah,
the Thane a bit
is the
more.
richest, most powerful nation in
Yeah,
the world. So, like, take your half-dragon clan, they're like, whatever.
Yeah, no. To Nia, she does not care. Fuck it. We have the ability to literally turn into dragons, and we are hiding all over the world.
I'm gonna like seeing Nia's face change into that like, oh, okay, good to know. I'm actually gonna take a step back towards the Thane.
So you sign this, and he's just kind of, yes, he's a bit of a dick, but he is sticking to his promise. The contract more or less outlines what he said. Just, you do this, he'll give you what you asked for, and he'll do what he said. And then he gets you on a... it's kind of like a train that doesn't run on tracks. It's powered by Abyssium. It's a nuclear car. More or less.
Wait, we're getting a train?
Kind of.
Shit.
It's like
all right.
it's like a steam car, but they turn the water to steam, not with coal, but with this ruined Abyssium, which sucks in latent magic from the area. Which means with you two on it, it's gonna go faster than normal because you're highly magical. So it's about double horse speed to move along. The poor dwarf driver is probably stressing out that his car that's meant to go, 50, 60 kilometers an hour, miles per hour, whatever, is now going like 120.
These two magic bitches on the fucking train.
Up mountain roads.
Oric is being such a bitch about it.
I like to think Oric and Nia are both being just complete fucking bitches over this shit.
So,
magic elitists over here.
yes. If there's anything you want to do or say, now's the time. Otherwise, you're going to be rocketing up a mountain in a car.
I'd like to hang back from the party and just like when they start to head off, I'd hang back and just have a quick second word with the Thane. So I'll wait to see if everyone wants to do a thing.
Nope, I'm
Okay.
Nia finished her business. She don't want to deal with this fucker any more than she has to.
Okay, y'all can fuck off.
I've dealt with merchants. Easier to deal with than you, motherfucker.
Fair enough. So they start to walk off. I just Tig would like to apologize for anything that Tig has done to have helped with something having gone wrong here. Please let Tig know if anything Tig can do to make better. But if not, Tig hope to be able to come back one day and help. Because you actually not bad people, but yeah. Thank you. Tig always here if you need help. Just bye-bye.
He stops you for a second and he takes a very small metal like plate out, which has the etched face and symbol of Skordar and Hera, which are now Hera and Skordan, who were the ones that like protected the dwarves when the daemons first came. You recognize these people?
Mm-hmm. The heroes. Hera, not a god, but became one because people believed in her. And Skordar, with big axe, and they protect. And they do their best, and then White Queen came and destroyed their home.
You were at the last Phoenix Games, weren't you?
Mm-hmm. I saw them there.
You saw them in the bar?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I was a child at the time, grandfather. And you sort of like, he looks at you, he's like, you haven't aged a day.
Tig just grow slowly, I guess. Not everybody grows the same.
That axe that you're fetching was a gift, Skordan. And we need it back.
You need it for what's coming.
Connected to our god and it keeps us safe.
Have you not heard from him?
They cannot talk to our realm anymore. Thank you, Hope, for TTRPGs.
Thank you. Why not? Talk to Hera.
Maybe one of your party can tell him, but it's just not possible. And unfortunately, Dakarys had a connection to Skordan as well. I believe he used that to take the axe. We just want it returned.
Do you know why he took the axe?
I don't know why that drunk does what he does. Your party is waiting.
Tig, we'll get to the bottom of this for you. If we can't find axe, Tig will find you answers.
Just gives a little nod.
Thank
I think
you.
at that point, Aura could come back to retrieve Twig Tig.
Get the fuck out of
Twig's
here.
like running to the door, just like.
Pig and Twig.
Oric would just have one last question for the Thane. He would just, as he's collecting Tig and Twig, say, and if we kill Dakarys, what of the Storm Warden stake in governance?
It'll be extinguished.
Interesting.
Well, there is one left of the bloodline. She is
In pain.
not. Yes. I actually hadn't thought of her. I don't know if a god can sit on a council. But Dakarys has descendants, and they're not welcome here. At least not the one last that's left.
Curious.
They hurt your people too?
Yes. And with that, he'll just
Okay.
hold out his hand for the little steel plate back. And then as you give it over, he'll like quickly just like shake your hand, Tig, and he'll leave.
Thank you. Okay, we go now. Come on, Icky. I'll just like scoop him up under my arm.
I can walk. I don't know how many times I have to tell you this. I have.
No, let Tig
Oh my
love
goodness.
It's like patting you on the back, like you're just a baby
Like-
getting burped.
Yeah.
I'm a godling.
you. I know.
Thank you, everyone that is from the Hope for TRPGs raid. We really appreciate you
Yeah,
stopping by.
welcome.
Thank you for joining
we're
us.
not ending, but we're close to the end of this session, as we're probably going to. If you guys have anything you want to say, you can talk during this travel, but you do have a dwarf with you, and there's a slayer on the back who's just protecting him. Otherwise, it's more or less a fast travel. You get rocketed up a mountain. What would usually take a couple
imagine
days to get there, it will take you,
Only
like, you know,
Imagine we're being very quiet.
12 hours.
the only thing Nia says is, "God, I fucking hate Duskfall."
You just hate it because you don't understand.
I hate it because they hate me for something I was born with.
Well, I mean, that's life.
I can't help that I have magic.
Me neither.
I
But
can help
me
it.
not
I
hate
my
me.
magic.
It's because you're a nerd, or
Nia,
I just think
you-
that they have a very false understanding of cause and effect, and they think there's only one way to solve problems in this world: through
Well,
brute
if you're
force and
home-
subjugation.
The
when something works, it works.
the slayer sort of just turns around, and is like, if you say there's nothing you could do about your magic, but we could ruin you and be rid of it. If you
You would not
want.
be rid of magic.
We'll be
He
rid
just
of
holds up the
your
bracelet.
magic.
she just holds up the
Hmm.
bracelet. I think you already did that while I was in the city.
You can still
And
cast.
frankly, when this is
Look, he just turns around.
not trying to have a conversation with a fucking slayer, never going to agree. I'm a sorcerer.
I'm gonna try.
They pull up right before the crest of a, I think it's a hill, and the slayer just says, "The moment you step across that ridge, you're in his territory."
Mhm.
It's a bowl of a valley. His house is at the bottom, the fields around it, livestock. Be careful. There's one path from here down. He will see you coming. Pay your respects to our fallen. And as you hop off the car, they just kind of like disengage the brake, and the Slayer is now driving it down the hill the other way.
Yeah. As he
Question.
heads off, I'll just be like,
This is just a quick question in regards to a spell. Roughly how long is the walk from that we'd assume from over this ridge to the
In
the
about
fortress?
10 steps, you could probably find out.
Well, I'll take those 10 steps, and I'd like
Okay,
I'm just
now I'm
gauging
going
for
to-
spell
yes.
duration, that's
Yeah,
all.
yeah.
Let me set the scene, woman!
Go for it.
Alright, so on the far side, the tops of these mountains are capped with snow. You are quite high in this mountain range. The air is chilly as you step over the ridge. You see it's a smooth path, all to the bottom. It's flat. It's probably a 2-hour, 3-hour walk to get down there during this decent weather you're having today. But what you can see is the far side of this valley. Verdant green pastures, there's a few cows, a few sheep, pigs, chickens, and some crops. The front part looks almost like an auditorium. There's like rings and tiers of something, but it's all flat to the ground. Make perception checks.
Ooh. Yeah.
Oof. Okay. No, that is a -1.
Okay, you don't know what
Gonna
it
give
is.
myself a little guidance.
This is his bard coming out.
25 fatigue.
25? Cool.
Yep, 25.
16.
18 on the dice.
15, 22.
Okay.
He's too busy trying to do
Everyone
spell
that got
math.
15 or above will be able to tell this quite easily. There are thousands at this point, because he's been here a while, of weapons stabbed into the ground with helmets atop them. In half rings that get closer and closer to his house. And you might understand what the Slayer meant by pay respects to our fallen. You can see a tall man. He is about 6'6". At the bottom, he is just sitting at a small table under a tree, just with a knife and just sort of like he's whittling stakes to be put down. What you'd assume is for a fence, a new fence for his farm.
And is he like the 2 or 3 hours away from us?
Yeah, that's like, it's like right outside his house. So 2 or 3 hours walking, obviously because it's downhill it takes a bit longer. It's still going to be an hour of flight. If you was to fly, or if you teleport you could do it, but you don't know if you'd like that yet. You don't know what this guy's about. He has mostly it's like 50-50 black and silver hair. A close cropped beard, which is more silver than black, really. You're not sure of his age from this distance, but he looks like he's fairly well built.
I'm going to go around and start collecting branches and sticks if I can see any.
Not up here.
Not
most
here.
of this place had most of the trees, apart from right at the bottom, torn out to make.
Torn out and cleared.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Aaron's with us, right?
Actually, he is not currently. He stayed back.
Okay. He's gonna shove her anxiety down about that. Sloan, do you want a stronger mind for a little while?
Sure.
I'm just putting this now, and I'm going to put a note on my sheet that it has been cast, but when we are about an hour out, I'm going to twin cast Intellect Fortress on me and Sloan to give us, it is so we can have lovely advantage on intelligence, wisdom, or charisma saving throws, and resistance against psychic damage, which I know does nothing for Sloan, but it helps me.
Great.
Thanks.
As you guys are walking down, when you're about an hour out
Psychic
and you cast that spell, his head snaps around to look at you.
I'm just going to kneel.
And he goes inside and he carries out a fairly large, heavy chest and starts putting on armor. Studded leather.
Does his also bolt into his skin?
It does not.
So who cast the
Ne-
spell? It was Nia, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
She makes no other motion. She's not drawing her weapon. She is simply fortified, arguably the weakest wisdom minds in our party.
What else do you guys do? You're an hour out.
You know what, everybody? I think now might be a good time. Look, Tig is very old. Like old. Walk with me. Let's just go for a nice stroll in that direction.
The thing they're already doing.
Yeah. So long time ago there was a Phoenix tournament. And they open up a vault to all these magic weapons, and the winner would go
Is
and
that
get
how
one.
you knew the shit in Gail's shop?
Yeah. Like Tig old. So I think so. I mean, this meant time work weird for Tig. Anyway, at Phoenix tournament, Tig go and join in, and everyone fight, and the strongest ones come out, and they get to go and pick a prize. You get a toy. And Dakarys and his sister were there. So Tig saw what he kind of could do, but not really, because his sister really, really strong. So you're not stronger than him. Tig, just tell you now.
I have no intention to fight him. I was simply trying to
Oh,
fortify
you don't
me
have
and Sloan.
choice. You don't get choice. You fight him and don't get clucky is the word, I think.
Clucky like a chicken?
No, don't.
Do you mean
like,
cocky?
Yeah. Don't get
Don't
cocky.
get arrogant.
Because he is better
Like
than
chicken.
you. Yeah, like other chicken. But he also probably been through a lot, so don't just assume he is bad guy.
What should we expect then? If he's going to expect to fight us and we can't beat him, what do we do?
Work as a team. Know what
Do you mean
are
individually
good
we
at.
can't beat him?
Yeah.
I
And
don't
even
think any
as
of
team,
us.
maybe not. But you actually should remember you can talk first. He might have changed, but
You're
Once
about
again, was not intending not to talk. I was simply giving me and Sloan a buffer.
You're about 20 minutes out from him. He is now armored. He has pulled on gauntlets, which seem to have like silver studs across the knuckles and the backs of his hands. It is, black and silver is his armor. You see the tree that he was sitting under. There is a sword stabbed into the ground. It is about a foot almost across. The blade is about 6 feet tall, and there's 2 foot of handguard there. It's more of a fucking huge glaive looking thing. And it looks like it's made from stone. It will be very heavy. It's been there so long that this tree is actually growing around it.
Oh, it's a Dark Souls weapon.
Yeah,
It's like a giant soul sword. It's like the giant stone sword in Elden Ring.
So, between that and a axe that is resting against his, like next to his front door, which has a set of highly jeweled and runed armor and a crown sitting across the top of it. Auric, you can just feel like magic just into these 2 items. They are powerful.
This is Shelby not knowing, what is a universal, like, we're not trying to fight? Is it just like hands up or like throwing weapons on the ground? What would that be here?
Hands up and yelling,
good question.
"Don't kill me," was probably a good start.
Well, I think that's
why
what
Tig
we're.
kneeled.
Yeah, we're 20 minutes away, so we should be able to hear if Nia is like calling out. We are not trying
when
to
you're
fight.
10 minutes away, you've noticed this and you've had the discussion about not fighting.
Yeah, Nia's gonna put both hands up, away from her weapons, away from her focus, and just say, "We are not here to cause a fight. We wanted to talk to you. We are
Who
not drawing
sent you?
weapons.
Who sent
The
you?
dwarves in Duskfall, but we have our own reasons to be here too."
If the
Tig here
dwarf
to say
sent
hi.
you, you are here to fight. And then he looks across at Tig and he's like,
Tig from Phoenix Tournament. Hi.
great.
Tig here actually to talk.
Yeah, we did have reasons to come here before the dwarves made us. It was come here or go to jail.
Sounds like them. What do you want?
Yeah.
We can
Can
still
we get
fight
closer?
if you want.
You can stay there.
Can Tig try say hello?
Yeah.
Okay. Look. Hi. Look, we're happy to still fight if you want to. Because I think that we should probably be able to prove that we can actually make an effort and earn some respect. Shh, let me handle this.
Shannon, make a wisdom save.
Oh, fuck.
I was waiting
God.
for it.
God damn it. Shannon, you have advantage.
That's in
You have
order
advantage.
for Sloane to feel giddy like Tig, right? Not mad.
14.
Oh no, much mad. Big mad. I'll let you choose if you want to be overcome by it or not. My headphone just started beeping, so I have to change that in a sec. But his response to you, Tig, is, "You are one of the ones that killed my sister." And while you think about that, I'm just going to change my headset. One moment.
While I was doing that, Shannon, what's Sloane look like?
Well, I imagine when he said that, I imagine he's very angry when he said that. So I think Sloane's got a red face again. She's starting to like to stand up or to stand taller and be bigger and kind of reach for, like, you can kind of see that she's like trying to fight it, but she's like reaching for the Kopesh, just like trying really, really hard to fight it, but she's reaching for it.
Or if Oric notices that and would,
She's not trying to hide it.
yeah.
To Tig, he's like, "You were sent to get a fulgurite, and you returned with something else.
Yeah.
You told us it was right. And instead of ascending, her soul was ripped screaming from her body and caught in a storm cloud."
Yeah. And
Why would I want you here?
Kopesh is out.
well, Tig is not magician. Tig just try to help. And now
You fetch a
Tig here to
fucking
try and
crystal,
help.
Tig.
I did that. Tig not the one who ate it.
Tiki is very angry, which means I am
know.
very angry. I don't know what's going to happen.
I say the trigger
They'll
word, and
probably go
the
fine,
movable
but-
object is automatically cast upon the Kopesh that I enchanted it with many
that's
sessions ago.
right.
Also. Oh, fuck, damn it.
Okay, so she's just like,
Thought I had this.
Dakarys,
Yeah, it drops.
like-
It drops to the. It actually doesn't drop. It just doesn't move in the air.
No, it just
How
stays
how much
there.
strength do you need to move that?
You
I'll-
casted
you know,
it
it's
at
like-
level 9, didn't you?
Yeah, I can carry up to
was-
20,000 pounds of weight.
Is there a DC to be able to move it?
Yeah, there is a DC. Yeah.
If you wish to move it, you can make a strength check. And since you seem to be getting grumpy, I can say that you started raging.
Okay.
Well, you have to beat a 29.
Okay.
What?
Nope.
Ooh.
I don't beat it. So I'm just sitting there getting even more fast than I can. Ooh, fucking Kopesh.
Dakarys, like, you've been here longer than anybody. So there's probably not a whole lot of people in this world who haven't wronged you. Tig has not gone a day without being sorry for that.
I just
But
want
what do you
to
want from
live
me?
here quietly by myself, not have idiots show up every few months killing themselves.
That's fair. I mean, we can do that. We sent here to buy Dwarven Thane, who actually shake Tig's hand because Tig know what happened, because Tig saw what you all went through on the boat with the White Queen.
Can't trust Corthan.
Tig not make deal, because Tig know not to always trust.
Why are you here, all of you?
We need the axe to give it back to the people, because they can't communicate with Scarden without it anymore, because the wall is closed, so no one can talk to their god anymore.
I'm not here to let them have their stupid superstitions. My
I
axe.
told him if we can't bring it back, I would at least give him answer as to why it was taken.
The idiot king raised it against me, and now he's in the ground.
That's what I thought. Why did he try to fight you?
I still have a say in how Duskfall is run.
And he
Yes.
not like that?
Oh, no, he did not.
So you fight and kill King because he tried to kill you.
If
And
it wasn't
now,
allowed, I wouldn't have a say. They
But-
try to rewrite the laws and the history and everything they can to
they're
scrub me out.
They're still doing it. The whole town is in a camp. They're suffering.
I was overruled.
If you
5 families, 3 voted yes, 2 voted against. You can guess which ones were being paid off with Dwarven gold.
excuse me, can I ask? And she's like looking around at just the sheer feats of magic around. How do they have any sway over you when you're this powerful?
What do you mean by feats of magic?
Well, I imagine like the fucking like sheer magic coming off of his like armor and shit.
It's just the
Kind of
sword and the and
Yeah, no, and the
yeah,
fact
good.
he fucking was, and we were told that he is physically too strong for us, a party of nearly level 20 characters, practically gods, an actual godling. So that's Nia's question: is why? I understand wanting to live quietly. I do. I get that. But why do they think they have any way of stopping you?
He
Why
just
keep
points
sending
out
people?
to all the swords, he just like waves his hand to all the swords. They forget in time that they can't do as they wish.
And because no one goes back, they assume you just a bad person. No one sent back, no one bothered to try to talk to you, do they?
They try to convince me to cede power to Dakarys. I say no, they try to arrest me. And then eventually, swords are drawn.
Yeah.
We can
We
relate
don't-
to that.
We don't wish to draw swords, but we also have been locked into a pretty binding contract. Not something we wanted to, mind you. It was sign this paper or go to jail.
He's gonna walk over to... Oh my god, my screen. Walk over to Sloane.
You
And
don't
he-
want to draw swords.
I'm just like patting her hair.
And he's just like, yeah, just like, you don't want to draw swords. And he's like, what is this? And then he just grabs the
She's-
back of the blade and like moves it and picks it up.
The Kopesh?
Yeah.
Oh, because it's only movable to me.
Correct.
She's a special case, and she's not entirely responsible.
I can't
for the
help
reaction
it,
she's
and don't
having
touch
right
my
now.
sword.
So, in the spirit of a word to be straightforward,
He's walking
Uh,
back towards his house with the sword.
you would want
I'm
to
following
let
him.
her fight.
So,
'cause that's not coming back.
Wait. Sloan,
That's my
please,
sword.
please. I know, and we'll
Going.
get it back.
Nope.
Dakarys, that she's got the embodiment of war in her and needs that, otherwise she loses control. We're trying to
Please.
stop the horsemen.
Wall of force around Sloan. Bubble.
Please give it back. Yada yada.
He
yada.
just
Now
keeps-
I'll just start.
He just keeps walking away with it.
Yeah, and I'll just start.
Yeah, I'm gonna
banging on
go
the-
forward
just gonna
and
push
try
it into
to,
the ground
like,
near the table, and just kind of looks down at it.
The real reason we've come to you is much larger than some petty dwarven thane. We come here to seek knowledge about the actual fucking end of the world.
So someone's
Thank you,
taking
Lord.
it seriously.
yes.
Well, we're trying to, but we got wrapped
Well,
up in dwarven politics first.
Which is my least favorite politics.
I have brought up the end of things to the dwarves many times, and to my annoyance, the only person around that agrees with me is the man that killed my father. You haven't met a Karzog, have you?
Yeah.
Yes, we have.
Yes.
He's the one who gave us your name.
Sloan, make a wisdom save at disadvantage, as this guy
Wait, no,
is now absolutely going
It's a flat
insane.
roll. It's
Okay.
a flat roll because she
That's
has
fine.
advantage on wisdom saves.
14.
I'll let you choose if you want to take it or leave it. 14 is the threshold, so I'm actually giving you a choice at 14.
Yeah. I mean, keep going. Let me think about it for a second.
Yep, no worries.
Then work with us. We don't want to fight you. We want to discuss these matters. At least before we kill each other, we can at least have a civilized conversation, and if we don't reach a point of movement forward, then fine.
What do you need?
We need knowledge about the heads of Tiamat and the horsemen.
Tiamat
anything you
is
have.
Not exactly something I've come across. The White Queen, we tried to convince the dwarves of then Carrick Ferrum, Kazakh Ferrum, to evacuate. They believed us too late. People I hired were the ones that actually caused her to break free. We are somewhat responsible for Tiamat's awakening.
You're not responsible for her continuing to awaken. That is the cult of the dragons.
Which wouldn't be around if we hadn't made our mistakes and disrupted the ley lines that run under what was Kazakh.
Do you have any knowledge on the cult of the dragons? Their movement, their whereabouts?
They'll be amassing somewhere where the veil is weak.
And do you have an idea of where that might be?
About 4 miles into the sky above what was once Kazakh. There's another one in the middle of the Great Desert. And the Cataclysm. Or, well, I can make one, but might not be helpful. I can't make. I have a item, a hole, which when placed.
The portable hole.
Yes. How do you know?
It was Yaku who told us about that, wasn't it?
Yes, for a second I actually did not remember who told me.
No, like I'm asking out of character. That was Yaku who told us about that, was it not? Nova?
Yeah,
Kyle?
I think it was.
I believe
Thank you.
Sean gave you a yes before. That's why
Well,
I was
getting extra
yeah.
conference and come.
It
Damn
was Yako. It was Yako.
Yes, thank you. Jesus Christ.
Yako of the Iridescent Dancer.
just smiles. For him, yes.
We work for him. Mostly.
Sort of a partnership, I would say.
It's a mutually beneficial thing. Trust me, if we didn't have to be in the service of these fucking dwarves, we wouldn't.
Oh, never.
So what do you need? Knowledge and a hole?
An axe or sword.
Well, you're not
If we-
getting either of those.
Might
Sir,
be
if-
good if we took crown back.
If we-
Definitely not.
Okay,
Sir,
that's fine.
If we do not take back one of those items, there is a disintegration spell that will go off on me and many others. I can't remove it. I had no choice but to say yes to it. So I'm asking you, please.
If we say no, we not get to do anything.
Funny thing
if we
about
say yes, we
those
get to help towards.
bracelets. They just have to stay on, but the arm doesn't.
Which arm is my which arm is my fucking is the bracelet on?
Which one in real life would you wear a bracelet on? That one.
You were holding up your left arm.
That's my right arm, which is Nia's dragon arm. You know what? I've had it cut off before. Fuck it.
Do you want to be
Cut off?
conscious for this?
I was conscious the first time.
It's not what I asked.
Well, if we're speaking about breaking this tether, which I'd love to, because I fucking hate working for these dwarves.
If we break the tether, is it going to set off the spell?
Not if we keep that chain around your wrist.
And what about other forms of magic here? I've forgotten now that we're out of that den, that we can fucking study these things and understand them.
If you want
What
my
about
arm
those
after
sources
it's
of
off,
magic?
if you want my arm to study the bracelet, you can. It's all yours.
No. I'm talking about alternative means of removing this bracelet. That's not cutting your fucking arm off for the third
Cut the
time.
arm. Take hungry.
You're not eating my arm.
Try
I
not.
had plans to use this for a different reason, but I have been studying means of altering reality. Magic that is a plaything to greater deities and cosmic beings, but I have started to understand the manipulations of reality.
He's like, wait. You are studying magic of gods, for gods.
Well, not for gods.
He's kind of
No,
becoming a god.
How long has this been taking place?
About 2 years.
Come inside. Have you picked up any books that will have any information on this?
Oh,
Have
yes.
you read them?
Yes.
So you know that there's a time limit once you start.
Oh, no, I didn't know that part.
You have months at best to finish Ascension, or you will be stretched out across whatever domain you wanted to be part of.
Well, that triggers another question, because while a year and a half passed here, only a week passed for us. Does that speed up his timeline, or does it
Might have a year,
lessen it?
maybe a year. I thought
I
you
guess
had
it's a good
months
thing to
at
spend
best.
some time in head.
In amateurs.
Jesus.
I made my decision of what's happening. So I think inside the wall of force, I would have sat down and drawn my knees to my chest, and I'm kind of just like rocking back and forth. And every once in a while, I'll alternate between like really gripping my hair and then like pounding on the side of the wall of force, really just a lot, and then trying to take some deep breaths and then just repeating the whole cycle over again.
Can the
Okay.
message cantrip go through a wall of force?
I would assume so.
Yes, it can.
Nia is going to send Sloane a message that is just this. Do you remember back in season 4, I think, when Nia taught Sloane how to count through her anger?
Vaguely.
While you're doing that, I'm gonna walk up.
She's gonna
next
send
to
you that.
Auric.
Just 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
And then
Cool.
to Auric. She didn't answer my question. Conscious or unconscious to remove the arm?
Unconscious, please.
You can make a perception check if you want to hear it. Otherwise, Auric's going to make a decision, and then Dak's going to do it.
Well, that's a. I didn't see that. It's a 6, so I'm too busy counting at Sloane in her head.
God, do I want to use the wish spell right now?
May I roll a perception check, see if I hear?
He just walks along, and he's just going to
Because I'm going to punch
just
her.
clap Nia on the back of the head super hard.
Cool.
Yeah, no, she'll drop. I think she'll be fine with that.
He's effectively a level. He has 20 levels in fighter, so you will get hit 5 times open hand before you hit the ground. It should knock you the fuck out.
I fucking hope so. Can I just fail the save?
Yeah, just be unconscious, and then
Yeah. Fuck.
when you're on the ground, he's going to sit there and he's going to put a foot right below your elbow.
No, Oric's gonna
Then
stop
break
it.
your arm,
Nope, Oric.
and then he's going to pick a sword out the floor and just go.
I'm going to punch
Nope,
Oric.
nope. None of that happened.
What
None
do
of
you
that
wanna do?
happened because all Oric has to do is speak. He doesn't have to be
Yeah, so tell me
drawing
what
on
you
the
do.
ground.
She's knocked out currently. What are you doing?
Just in flavor, because I don't like just verbal components. I like there to be little flashy things in the sky.
Yeah.
Oric is just going to very quickly do it's almost like the somatic components are just him flourishing, but all he does is speak the wish spell, and the wish is to warp. I can
Carefully.
undo. I know. Render. I don't.
I
This
wish
is
to
my.
regrow
this-
it.
You could do that.
Maybe we all
Cut her
shut
arm
up and
off
let
wish
Auric
for
do
it
his
to
thing.
regrow.
I'm going to give you 15 seconds to figure this out since you're doing it on the spot. So you don't have time to do it. I'm literally going to hold my hands up.
I wish to render the bracelet inert of any magical effect. I wish to reverse. No, this is my least favorite thing.
As
ever
you
to
say,
happen.
you're like, I wish to, and as you start drawing it out, he's going to turn around and grab you by the throat because he has no idea what you're doing right now. And he's going to lift you off the floor. You are quite high right now because I gave you 15 seconds, and he's like, "Let's not do things that'll make me angry." And you're like, "What if I cast a wish spell in your front yard?"
I don't know.
Master Auric, what are you doing? And he loosens his grip a bit. And I assume Sloane at this point is just fucking bouncing off the walls.
Yep,
Poor
having seen
Sloane.
that. Yep,
Oh,
absolutely.
poor Sloane.
I'm sorry. I'm very frozen right now.
That's alright. Having a wish spell like off the cuff is hard, and then he was like, "Oh my god, what are you doing?" So
9th level magic in my front lawn.
yeah, can you imagine? Like, it's effectively someone just like carrying a nuclear missile into your house and being like, "So I got a thing, we're gonna use it," and you're like, "What? No." Like, just so he will put you down since you're frozen and obviously worried. Like, wait. What did you intend for this wish spell?
to free her of her contract with the Dwarven Thane.
Is it worth potentially losing your magic, your power, this wish for this?
No.
Not ideal, we can fix it if we remove the arm, or you just don't. Does she have to remove it? I understand that you need the axe of the sword, whatever. We can talk before that, before you start throwing magic around my house. This is the closest anyone has got to my house uninvited, so maybe we'll be careful with what we're doing.
Perhaps the constant cornering in the last 2 years of my life has made me more brash than I should be. After millennia.
Okay.
Let me try one thing. It's not a wish spell. Just simple dispelling sorts.
It won't work. The contract isn't here. Contract and the bracelet are a unit. Break one still happens. Have to find a way to nullify both. Now, before we go any further with that, and he points to Sloane's sword, what is happening to your friend?
Oh, well, that sword holds demon.
War Daddy.
Ursamir, yes, War Daddy. As well as the competing soul of war.
You came to learn about the horseman.
Yes.
You have a few options if you wish to remove war from her. Her body needs to not be a suitable vessel. Potentially war will be expelled. Some other daemon could kill her and take the mantle. Or you could attempt to use your wish spell for that.
Use the spell to remove war.
Send her back to where she came from, back across the Vale. Done. Easy. Well, relatively. The horsemen are concepts driven by our fear of death and our hatred of life. People that die who feel that they wasted their life or they didn't want things to be as they were, end up in a Abaddon, where their souls are twisted until all they want is the destruction of everything. They are both weak magic, yet they eat it for strength. It's the only thing that really harms them. Their weapons might attack your armor, but if they get at you with claws or teeth, they bite into your life essence. Don't get to just shrug off their attacks. Or was fallen angel that went to hell, Sariel, I believe her name was, then took up the mantle of war. Abaddon. She went to fight. Pestilence was a god god of archery and healing, but also disease. Once Apollo, now Apollyon. They're simple. Things brought about by life in the realms. But the void has always been. It is a darkness you can't fight, that you can't draw blades against or throw spells at. If there is something, there will always be nothing. When there's nothing, well, there's just the void. You can't fight that. You can only lock it outside. Eldritch beings that you can't comprehend, you can't understand, and if you get to look at too closely, all it does is break your mind.
I would have stopped freaking out now, and I'm just standing behind the wall of force, just looking. Like breathing heavily, but just looking and watching what's happening. Because I can read lips, even though I can't hear what's happening.
Haha.
Well, sound passes through the wall force.
Damn it. That was cooler in my head.
I imagine you're still like Sloan in her head is still reading lips anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because she can now. She's discovered it. So kind of just standing like tall, but not as tall as she was before.
Beginning to understand some of the nihilism of Saros.
Ever think? We'll be back in a moment. And you'll approach Tig. I apologize for my outburst earlier. I know it's not exactly your fault. You didn't know that you had false Fulgrad. Still hurts she's gone.
Natural. You might be immortal, but it doesn't mean you're invulnerable to feeling anything. Tig is sorry that you have to go through that. But it's good to see that you know, the pain comes from having loved someone so much. If Tig could grow her back for you, I would.
This is not fair of me to ask, but I have an idea. We have a powerful, whatever he is, here.
He's an icky.
We have something that wants war out of them. And you have a sentient stick.
You want to make an angry pencil.
Pretty much. Is it fair that I ask you, or should I ask your little friend? He's trying to stand up big and proud.
Yeah, ask him. Tig not make his decisions for him. He is his own person.
As the
I don't
DM that doesn't
speak
want to
for
talk
other
to himself, he'll just
Yeah, that's fine.
get down on his knee and be like, are you willing to make a sacrifice? Save
I'll hold him up.
your friends, potentially millions of others. And I'll let you decide how you think Twig would respond to this.
I think Twiggle
Twiggle is
turn
a
around
cute
and look
name.
to Tig and reach up, grab her by the nose, and give her a little boop. And Yeah. Give him a little flower and put it on his head, and give him a leaf. And he can hold it like a sword and a hat. Yeah. I think he would like to help. He's ready. He might not be big and strong on the outside, but on the inside, he's still a Tig.
Thank you. I didn't think the young one would allow her cat to do this.
No, no, I don't.
Cat is a piece of a fucking god, so no.
It's okay. 'Cause
So where
I
to?
think Twig will be good for this because Tig can't die. Tig always grow back somehow. So it's okay.
So we're to take a embodying concept of reality, the cosmos, and sequester it within this creature.
Putting nature in nature.
Not quite. You know any spells that transfer souls?
One.
Would it work to transfer the soul of war into this stick? Could you try it? Could you manage it?
In concert with a wish spell, perhaps.
Has anyone asked Sloane if this is what she wants? Because I don't know if she made any deals or not with this one.
It's up to her, really. But if this is what you want, this will help you fight the horsemen. This will help you make your plans. I'm still not entirely sure what you're doing here apart from getting information.
Well, it got complicated by your prior relationships. What will happen to war if we were to transfer essence?
Know any banishment spells?
Yes, I do.
And you can see Nia in the background being like, me.
Nia's unconscious. Nia is not. I'm pretty
Nia's
sure.
unconscious.
that's right. Nia's
Nia's still like passed it on the ground with I think a broken arm at this point because he
feel
stepped
like-
on it.
No, he got stopped by Auric. Though you'd probably be awake by now. Unconscious for like 15 minutes from getting punched around is actually really bad for you. So maybe after like 30-40 seconds you'd wake up and be like, what the fuck?
Okay.
I think listening to all of this and hearing how much magic and power and things he's asking Auric to do, Sloane would just 1, 2, 3 and shake her head.
You want to keep war. As he walks up to the thing.
It is not worth that amount of power to try.
It's not worth having unstable whatever you are.
I'm working on
walk
it.
around with a god-killing weapon.
I'm working on it.
While you're working on it, your weapon stays here.
No.
Then we have to find something.
We'll work on it.
Are you concerned about his power? Or something
I'm concerned the toll it will take.
Is Nia awake at this point?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Sloane, I might be able to help him. At least take some of the worst effects off. I mean, provided he's not actually casting a wish spell. I mean, you were just going to transfer the soul, right? Or
This is not a simple task. This is manipulations of magics that are not meant to do this.
Yes, what I'm saying is that I've got a decent grasp on manipulation of divination, that I might be able to give you a better chance, and maybe even give you some extra magic. I don't know, transferring magic's weird, but I've seen it done before.
Is this why you were researching? Is this your intended purpose? If not, sorry, if not, then it's not worth it.
Okay. This is going to require conversation. I want you to lay out. You know what? And he picks up the sword, Sloane's sword, and he wraps it in a cloth, and he tucks it into his belt. Holding on to this while you're here. So sit down, tell me what you need, and we'll see what can be done. Touch the axe, and I'll kill you. Don't get tricky.
I've learned my lesson.
Come sit and let your friend out. Tell me what you need. Exactly what you need. Maybe I can help. And he's less hostile
Drop that.
now, since really it was the coming uninvited, sent by the dwarves, and then almost casting a wish spell in his face that like freaked him out a bit, and he's now being calm.
Orc will release Sloane.
I apologize for my standoffishness. Sit. Talk. You need knowledge on the horseman? I can provide that. What else do you need?
Told that we would require use of this portable hole of yours.
Do you know why?
I would imagine it's probably for the same reason that the cult would be after it. Or after a thinned veil, I guess.
The hole's entrance, once you put it up, you have to pass through a temple. It's within it. It's where the first deck was created. After that, caverns overrun with demons. But you can get anywhere in existence. Should you need to get there, help you.
Sloane, do you want the embodiment of war in you?
I need to think about it. I cannot answer right now.
I understand. And I don't want to force you to do anything you don't want to do. But I don't want you to feel obligated like you have to keep it to atone for something, okay? You've more than paid penance for whatever you may perceive you've done wrong. You don't need to anymore. You've done enough.
I'll keep that in mind.
Well, I'll give you the day to think. I'll butcher one of the animals. We'll have dinner and we can talk. Till then, Sloan, you remind me of someone. Maybe I can help. I'm outside. Why do you need the sword? He says to you, Sloane.
I've always had it. I don't know how to be without it.
Do you fear losing?
Yes.
Do you fear losing the strength you feel it gives you?
Yes.
Do you think you can't be strong without it?
Yes. Yes. Without it, I don't know what I am.
He picks up just a random rusted longsword off the floor. And he throws you a khopesh. Show me what you are with it then.
With my khopesh?
Yep, he throws you your khopesh. He
I
wants
can't
to
move it.
see.
Secret word.
I imagine because the thing is, what would happen is he'd throw it and it'd be like just stop immediately in the air as soon as he lets go of it, right? Or you would have secret worded it as soon as he had it on him, because there's no point to keep that magic going if he's just like walking.
Yeah, I mean, I
around with
probably
it, right?
once we were like the de-escalation happened is probably when Oric would have released the sword. So that, because what would have happened is he would throw it, and as soon as Sloane grabs it, she would not be able to move it. So it would lock in place as soon as she's holding it. But it's fine. I would have let the spell drop, or I would have. It's not a spell. I would have whispered the secret word. Which I don't remember what I actually wrote down as the secret word.
That's fine. I'll
remember
let you need to say it.
I think I remember it was like a complicated word that I thought Sloane would never be able to pronounce.
So
That sounds
Sloane,
right.
he's standing there, very just loose, with a rusted longsword in his hand, and you're holding the khopesh. What do you want to do?
I'm sorry. I don't have the energy to do this right now.
You're not doing it. This is literally you're making a decision, then we're done. Just a yes or a no. Because I know we're over time by a bit.
So are you asking what do I do when I get the khopesh and feel
Yeah, he
it?
says, show me what strength you have with it.
Well, I charge him.
Okay. So, we'll end the session with you, sword raised, charging, probably raging and screaming, at Dakarys. We'll end the session there. I know I said I'd leave it a little bit ago. I apologize. Just want to let you guys do your talking thing. Right. So you get to beat up an old man at the start of next session. So that's kind of
I
good.
feel like I'm watching.
Well, I'm glad we're
Sloane
not
go
in
up against
actual
the
combat.
Witcher.
Damn.
All right. Well, I hope everyone kind of enjoyed that. I'm sorry for the very slow paces tonight. I just kind of want to let you guys feel things out a little bit.
That was lovely, actually. It was
Um,
nice not to be fast-paced for once. It was
yeah,
nice to
and-
kind of slow down.
I kind of wanted you to be able to. That's like all the travel I was just kind of tried to zip through, but all the talking I just kind of wanted to let you have. I think I rushed Sean a little bit, and I'm sorry about that. Just wish spells are scary, and I was like, take your time. That's why, like, he was trying to force you to take your time, and that's why I did that way. So, sorry if it felt like I rushed you, took away your agency. I wasn't trying to do that. I was trying to let you actually get a chance.
No,
to think about it.
I was mostly just very scared because I'm just very because it's just the like making any choice. Like day one of this campaign, I've had a dread fear in the pit of my stomach whenever I do any spell. So it was just the biggest version of that.
For the record, I'm
Oh,
still all for cutting
right.
my arm off.
We'll wrap everything up there. We won't do favorite moments tonight. It's too late for you guys. You need your sleep. I will just get you to quickly tell us where you're from, and then we will log off from there. So, starting with Sleepy Sloan.
very sleepy Mama Sloan. Hi everybody, I'm Shannon. I am the community manager and a cast member of Paradise Productions. I currently play Saskia, our trash panda pirate, on Monday nights in our long-term actual play campaign. We've got other programming happening in the future. It's in process. We've got the Sean and Shannon Power Hour on Sunday nights where we pick on each other a lot and we recap the previous week's session, and it's a good time. It's a lot of fun. It's a fun way to catch up on our story. So come check us out. And I've been Sloan, the unstable barbarian.
Okay. Next up we'll have Sean.
Hi, everybody. I am Sean O'Donovan, and I am the other half of Paradise as the creative director. That's my name. And I'm the DM over in the show that Shannon mentioned with her Trash Panda Sass. And yes, we'll be doing the Power Hour tomorrow, where Shannon's going to get her first GPA calculation of her grades. Because we're doing a rather extensive grading system for her recaps, which is all in good fun, but also deadly serious. Mm-hmm. And I've been playing Auric, the unstable godling, who is, for the first time in his life, feels like a child.
Okay. Shelby.
Hi, my name is Shelby, or Shibidibidoo on Twitch, or Whistle While You Work on YouTube, or Shadoodles down here in the chat, because I have a lot of names and I'm confusing, and it's my brand at this point. And I've been Nia, our unusually talkative, sassy, and kind of bitchy child tonight. Shelby's been on a sugar high, so I don't know if that added, but I'm kind of okay with this. I liked that. Nice playing Nia with the spine.
Okay. Lastly, we'll go with Sarah.
Hey everybody, I'm Shro, or Sarah. I was here to play Tig. You can find me pretty much here right now, and that's about it. I don't do much outside of D&D for like social media stuffs because I'm too busy being a pet mum.
This is true. All right, and hi, I was Nova, the DM for tonight. It was another fairly just uppy, heavy, slow one. The next 2 episodes will probably pick up the pace a little bit, but we'll see how that goes. My other computer has turned itself off, so I shall not be turning it on to find a raid because we'll be here for 10 minutes. So we're just gonna wave and go away. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for watching.
Thanks
Oh my
for
God,
watching.
Sean.